Welcome, BBCers, to episode number 276 of the Broken by Concept podcast, the number one League of Legends, SoloQ educational and motivational podcast. Charlie, Curtis, we've got an exciting case study for you guys today. Another classic BBC case study episode. This one is going to be on NattyNat. So, who is NattyNat? He's recently picked up a lot of fame for an insane climb over on Korea to rank 1 on the server. For people that don't know, the Korean server is very well known in the League of Legends community as one of the hardest or the hardest server to climb on. The best players, a lot of people are trying to be, pro-competitive there. Korea wins worlds like every year the last couple of years. So, you're versing pro players and stuff on the competitive ladder at the top end. So, he went to Korea on... Where is it? Yeah. It was 10 weeks. So, he got to... So, he went there on August 26th, went to Korea. November 9th, he hit rank 1, which is around 10 weeks of gameplay. We're going to look at his OPGG in a moment here, but the climb to rank 1, he went 19 wins, 1 loss to get rank 1. Nothing's really come close that we've seen this type of climb. Even Gurren, in terms of his climb to rank 1, this is like absolute sort of domination. We're going to look at his OPG in a moment here. He's got 2019 LP, 399 wins, 253 losses. So who is NattyNat as well? He played a little bit in the second league, the NLC, which is the UK secondary league, or it's like in the ERL.
Same league that Lost Ratones play in.
Lost Ratones. I think he played on like that Rudy Sack team or whatever.
Yep.
Which some other famous players like Jankos and stuff played on for a little bit. And he's from Sweden, young chap. And very obviously, talented SoloQ player. So he actually was a semi-professional player. Now he's a pure SoloQ streamer, and again, really well known for his Rengar. So talking about his 19-1. Even when he got rank 1, by the way, he played like another 3 games because he was going to leave Korea. He's like, I'm just going to play another 3 games. He won those 3 games as well. So he was literally on a 20-game win streak. He won 20 games in a row at the top of the hardest ladder server in the world, which is insane.
Breaks a lot of narratives.
Breaks down a lot of narratives. People talk about, the game's rigged, 50% win rate. Like, even 20 games in a row, if you say it's luck, he's clearly doing things that are, going to be interesting, which we're going to explore in today's episode, the case study. So let's do a quick OPGG review here. So as we see here, rank 1 on the Korean ladder here, 2075 LP Challenger. And let's look at his champions. The amount of, distribution of his game. So Rengar, he had a 71% win rate with 318 games. Second was Mundo with 99 games, 52% win rate. And then Silas, 52% win rate, 71 games. Kiana, 53 games, 55% win rate. And then Lee Sin, Galio, a little bit of Jax. He was playing Jax jungle more to the end of his climb. But, I'd say, 4 champions are sort of going around. So when you guys look at this, is NattyNat a one trick? Is this how you would define a one trick?
I would say, yes and no. I'm going to dodge the question because the reason he's picked Mundo, Salas, and Kiana is because Rengar is banned. If Rengar wasn't banned in those games, he would have played Rengar in all of them. He doesn't pick Rengar for draft, as far as I'm aware. He just picks Rengar at the top of every draft.
That's
so
right.
He's a wannabe one trick. He would prefer to be a Rengar one trick, but unfortunately, the realities of playing with the same cohort of 500 people every day means that your champ is going to get banned.
Yeah, I would consider him a one trick 100%, but he's a one trick that's also very good at other champions as well, right? Because if you have a 52% win rate, or in Kiana's case, 55% win rate over that sample size of games at the highest level of play, you're a very good jungler. Regardless, right? You're not...
So there's role mastery as well as some champ mastery.
Exactly right.
There.
So the second most played champion was Mundo. And this is a topic that you've covered a lot, Curtis, talking about champ pool, flexibility, diversity, talking about, you can have like a hard champion. Rengar, I would say, is like a very one-trickable hard, there's a lot of skill cap to your fighting, using your Rage, Fury, or whatever it is. Having easier champions as your second, third champion. So, Kiana, I would say, is definitely on more so hard side, but Dr. Mundo, even maybe Silas jungle to an extent, I wouldn't really say that these are the most difficult second, picks for, your off roll, your second champions, your third champion. So this is really interesting. Like you would think like, oh, what happens if that was a Nidalee, second or whatever it is. So that's, I think, another thing we could take away from this is his second, third champions weren't really that complicated to play, especially a champion like Mundo. Very sort of simple game plan, playing to scale. You're not, you're sitting back like, not really trying to lose the game and sort of just scaling into the game.
Yeah, I thought Silas was quite complex as a jungler.
Well, yeah, I mean, he definitely has a lot of options, and but he's a full sort of melee champion, obviously hitting E and stuff. But I wouldn't really put him on the level as
not a
champion. Like even Kiana. Kiana's way harder than him. Nidalee, traditional assassins and stuff like that. So yeah, Silas might be a little bit on the thing, but Mundo, 100 games there.
Yep.
And when you look at these type of climbs, guys, you even have a 52% win rate, just above 50% win rate on these type of champions. And if you have a main that's really, really powerful, 71% win rate, this is, example of getting to rank 1. Like you don't have to be amazing on your, second, third champions. No. Playing is a bit easier to champion. That can round out your pool, really nicely. If your champ gets banned, or maybe you think you want to, it's not really good in sort of a draft or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we say this, even for non-one tricks, the majority of your LP will usually come from one champion.
Yeah, one or two champions. Yeah. And, I want to talk a little bit about the games where he's able to win with the Mundo Jax. Like, even if it's just one game, it's so important for a climb like this, or just in general a climb. Like each time, the way that I sort of think about it is each time I lose a game, it's technically like 40 LP in a way, because I'm losing 20 LP and I have to get back 20 LP. So if you are somewhat competent in playing a relatively easy to execute champion as your second, third champion, just winning that game, that's like, half a division for a lot of people, and people just sometimes just absolutely just don't value getting those wins on that second, third champion.
And I would say this is especially the case for secondary role. Now, as a jungler, it seems like you're likely getting jungle basically every single game for the most part, but for a lot of like solo laners out there, you're not getting your main role all the time. And so a lot of people kind of piss away those secondary role games. And like you just said there,
they don't realize how big that's affecting their climb.
Even for me recently, like if I lose a secondary role game, it's like now I have to win 2 to kind of get back.
To make progress.
Like that's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you lose 2 secondary role games and you're massively in the negative. So I think that's a really good point, specifically when we're talking about climbing, not necessarily improving, but specifically climbing the ladder.
All right, so the order of operations this episode here, we're going to first we're going to go over some things with his mentality, mindset, some clips. Then we're going to do fighting and skirmishing, looking at that. So, we talk, a lot of people listen to the podcast. Over the last couple of weeks, we've really talked about how League is a fighting game. So we're going to look at his level of fighting. What are some things we can take away from that? Then we're going to look at his early game, a couple of early game examples. We'll do a full mid-game review and sort of some concepts that he uses in the mid-game. And then we'll round it out for a conclusion, summing up this case study. So let's move to his mentality mindset for this rank 1 climb. Okay, so looking through the hours of footage I was watching of NattyNat, I noticed a big thing from him is he's very hard on himself with mistakes, and he's always looking at how could he play fights better. Let's hear some examples and see what he's talking about.
That's sad. 82 ults, yeah, I mean, if I got my Q off, it would have been better, right? But I think I should have ulted instantly, had 0 hesitation, because then I'm in the bush and I will actually jump out, and it's way easier.
Pink, that's TFTP. Shit. Nice. Make it work. He has F. Oh, good try.
I should have killed him.
Morg's getting stuff on me.
Yeah, I mean, this is just stupid. Like, we should never die like this. Oh, well, my bad. That's so fucking bad. That's so bad. That's so bad. I played that horribly as well.
So, really understanding the consequences of him misplaying. And I find a lot of people in their, their gameplay, coaching over the years, people just don't have that level of, it's like, death here and there, everyone dies in League of Legends, everyone climbs, dying, like no one's, perfect, but there's just not that level of like realizing like that last clip, like how bad that dive was bad for the game. It was like one death, just one death. Talking I like some of the words that he was using in terms of improving his mechanics in skirmish, and saying, words like, I needed no hesitation. A lot of people hesitate in skirmishes and stuff like that. A big part of what NattyNat and just any high elo player they've climbed, they've learned to play with no hesitation, to like limit test, not be afraid, and just absolutely go all in. And this is a really important aspect of, being mechanically more competent with your champion.
Yeah, I recently made a video on Phantasm, kind of covering a similar thing about his mentality. And something you'll see with all these high-level players, Phantasm, NattyNat, etc., is that they are able to balance having incredibly high standards of themselves, but also not beat themselves down too much of those mistakes. But then also, obviously, it's like taking the perfect amount of accountability. And a lot of people listening to this, they're either on one side or the other. They really struggle to take accountability, where they die and they're looking for a scapegoat. Who can I blame? What kind of external bullshit can I blame it on? Or I'm the worst player in the world. I don't deserve to win this game. I'm a sack of shit. And then they're in this kind of world of hurt and they're not like kind of able to function in that game. Yeah. And these guys balance it perfectly.
Yeah, they don't dwell. NattyNat doesn't dwell on the mistake. He's still playing what's next. How do I, you're still having fun in the game. Not dwelling in your SoloQ games is really important.
It's easier said than done.
Really
it's
much
not easy to do.
Yep, move on. You got to move on fast because you got to think about what the next objective is. What are you going to do with your deployment? The game won't wait for you to like get sad at yourself, right? It's got to keep going regardless. You got to keep thinking.
So yeah, that's the first big observation, is just always thinking about how to play fights better, put himself to a really high standard with his Rengar and fighting and skirmishing.
I also think just like the level to which he holds himself to a high standard, it was made apparent in some of those clips, but it's like to the auto attack. He's trying. Like he's literally trying to play fights to the auto perfectly. It's that much of a game of inches at that level.
And I love the statement saying like, I should have got that kill. Guys, missing kills in League of Legends is big. Like even if he's not dying, missing kills is massive. Like I did so many reviews this week where people were missing kills and I said, this is a triple kill for you right here. The game's a different game. And sometimes it's hard to.
Sorry, that's just the Nathan Mott classic. I just, in my ears, like if you counter gang bot here, it's a triple kill.
It's
always a triple. It's always a triple kill.
Well, because bot is, the jungler ganks, you sit there, counter gank, bam, he
bam, triple kill,
overextends,
game's over. He does this. Nathan.
Big wave, the waves like hitting them and stuff.
We're in the Jungle Academy now.
That's
there
right.
we go. That's
So
funny.
We're in a review right now.
Missing kills, guys, you don't show, people just think deaths are the obvious things, but the missing kills, high elo players know how big that is, how different of a game you're playing. You're in a different universe.
We need that on a t-shirt, by the way. Bam, triple kill. That's what it is to say.
That's another merchandise idea.
Bro's chatting like he's in EU West. Nah, they know it as well. That's why they ain't responding. It's like, I'm not gonna get tilted and I'm gonna play as if they're both good. No worries, but that's illegal. I want them to feel bad for this Jax, because I swear I feel bad for the Jax. Can we get a fucking RIP Jax in the chat?
Okay, so this is an interesting topic to sort of explore here. So something for some context in that clip, he was playing towards, top side. Jax sort of got like weak side a little bit, and his bot lane failed to dive. It was just 1v2, like the whole classic, like your team's making a play top side, sorry, they're making a play top side, and then your bot lane's also like failing dives and like dying, right? It's like the worst case scenario. And he was basically saying there, like he identified they played bad, and he was like, angry. They're like typing and stuff like that. He said he's not typing, but he said like, I'm going to pretend. So he said like, I'm not going to be tilted. I need to get in the mindset that there's still good players and still playing around. Because what I see a lot of people do is they just make one bad play one time, and they'll be like, I'm never playing around that person.
Yep, exactly right. You can't make judgments about it. I remember because I watched this game as well. It's a Varus Nico bot lane. Basically, in the sequence, it was that bot lane's job to win.
That's right. Yeah.
And they didn't. And they're playing very strong laning champions. They should have won. They didn't. And he's pissed off because he's like, my Jax, the weak side warrior, has done his job. They didn't do theirs. But that's okay. Like, they should feel bad, but I'm going to keep playing like they're not like AI. I'm going to have to still play around them in the future because, yeah, he knows that he can't win the game without playing around them in the future. The second you just lose faith in someone completely and pretend that they don't exist, like you're done, mentally.
Sorry to interrupt, Nathan, but like I remember distinctly I had a play this week where I really played this fight badly. And I know I played it badly. And I had chat on in this game, and this guy like started roasting me. And I'm like this guy's gonna think I'm the worst player now. And I know exactly his mentality. And like I'm like, I deserve it. Like I ruined the game off this skirmish. And it was such a free win, this game. and we lost the game. And this guy, I can tell mentally, is like, oh my God, this guy is the worst player. I'm going to shit on. And then like we play over the next like 2 days together, and like I beat him every single time. And like in his mind, it must be like I can understand that like. He would be so angry. He's like, why did he play so bad in my game? And then in these games, he's playing so well. And that's the thing. Like, all it takes sometimes is one mistake and the game can be completely different. That doesn't mean that player is doing that every single game. It doesn't mean they're shit every single game. Like, people make mistakes. And that's very, very hard to do because we're so emotional in the game. When you make one of these mistakes, it can change the whole game.
Notice how he also doesn't take it personally.
Yes.
It's not like these guys are playing bad in my game. This is my game that you're playing bad in.
The victim mentality. There's no victim mentality.
And also as well, like the vibe I get from NattyNat is that he doesn't like, he could have the biggest ego in the world.
Yeah. You know where it comes from? I love the word ego. It comes from confidence.
Yeah.
He's confident in his performance over the long run and the short. He knows he can still win this game and he knows he can win other games. So it's like, it just doesn't matter.
He has nothing to prove.
Yeah. Confidence destroys ego, right?
Yeah.
And, people will say to you, Charles, saying, oh, well, this is like Korean Challenger and stuff. Like, of course, you can still expect your teammates to be useful after they make bad plays like that. But no, this is relevant in every rank that I see.
It's all relative.
No, but you know what happens in like what we see in our reviews is that someone makes a mistake and then they get spam pinged, they get yelled at in chat, and then they will play worse.
They will.
Because if you drop 3 question marks on a laner after they die, no shit, they're probably going to want to check out and lose that game because you've just.
And if you ignore them, if you play badly and then everyone just leaves you alone on an island, of course you're going to like feel bad and play worse. Yeah, for sure.
So like I do think a lot of people dogpile on people, and that's why like spam, like if you ping someone, be prepared for the game to be a 4v5.
Yeah,
and NattyNat didn't type in the chat or anything like that, saying, oh, you guys are so bad or whatever it is. By you just being that one person not doing that self-sabotage, that increases your percentages again of winning there. So I think this is really important. Too many players are so judgmental of a player just from one play. Guys, Nico and Varus is still going to be able to be useful this game. They're going to have ult opportunities. Nico's flasher, Varus. If you're in the mindset that they just suck for the rest of the game, I'm going to not play around them, or I'm going to play differently because they're bad, you're in a hole. It's not going to work.
The thing that I have my worry of in this game is that my Aurora is not very strong, which would have been very nice. But my Jax is Omega.
So, going to the end of just some context there. So what he said there was, he saying my Aurora is like weak this game, but my Jax is really strong. Look at the game state, guys. It's 5-18. He's 18-5, and he's thinking about how he can lose the game. He's like, Aurora's weak. I need to sort of play around that. Like that is a big part of what NattyNat is doing. He's always thinking, what is sort of like the way that I could like lose the game, even when ahead. What's the lose condition? Even when you're this far ahead, how many people get so lazy at 18 kills and 5? No one even would say that or even think that. They'll be like, oh, whatever, I can just run around and kill it, won't carry the game.
Me and Curtis have been having these kind of conversations recently
it's like
about
the game today.
SoloQ. Yeah, it is.
With the Mundo, right?
Exactly.
Do you want to talk about that game?
Yeah, sure. I mean, me and Curtis were playing a game this morning before recording the episode, stomping the game. We're both like dominating our lanes. He was mid, I was AD. The enemy jungler had like given up, basically. The enemy jungler was not ganking, was permafull clearing. The game was so free. And all of a sudden, like we're stacking all the dragons. We get to mid game. The Artican comes up and we have this weird 5v5 at Artican. We get a little bit lazy with the positioning. Maybe we shouldn't have started in the first place. A bit of a complex situation. And we lose. We get aced at this Artican, basically. And a couple of people die. They get the dragon as well. And all of a sudden, the game like explodes out of our control. We do end up winning eventually because we pull it together and have some good fights. But we got lazy in that moment. And there's many moments in the game where like I can relate to my own SoloQ as well. Like games where I'm just pushing a mid-wave too far. When even if the score's like 18-5, all it takes is one mistake to die.
But also, I'll say the only thing to add on to that is that I knew that game. That there was a Mundo in the game. And I knew...
Oh, the heel cut thing.
But I knew that game that like I had to be really, really farmed and really, really strong to be able to shred and deal with this Mundo in the mid game. So if I like just won my lane and checked out and played this game normally, we would have lost that game because the Mundo would have taken over the game. Would have been really, really hard. So I actually was thinking about lose conditions, and that is something that comes with intensity. That's something like that comes with focus. You can't just casually think about lose conditions. That is an active thing that you need to like literally allocate mental resources towards.
Yeah, Curtis basically designed his whole build around killing that one Mundo, even so as far as to type in the chat for me to build heel cut as well. Like actually really consciously thinking about it, which was very big.
Okay, so that's our NattyNat mindset clips. Let's now look at his fighting and skirmishing. Okay, so our first clip here, you can see NattyNat's face here. He's just popped into his first game versus T1 Owner. And, Owner's a 3-time world champion just recently here.
Just won Worlds.
Just won Worlds again.
Casually.
Pretty good.
So really excited to be versing. And these are the caliber of players you're versing in Korean SoloQ, right? Literally the best players in the world.
Wait, this is hype. We're playing against Owner. Wait, we're actually playing against funny guys. Wait, we're playing against Owner. This is one of the people I wanted to play against. Oh, shit. Okay, here we have a problem, though, Houston. The fuck do we do now? You know what I mean? And we just kill him. And then we jump out. And then we jump back in. And then we say, Shala. And then we kill him. And then we kill them all. And then we win the game. We can do that too. Yeah, we can do that too. You know what I'm saying? We can do that too. No big deal though. No big deal though. Rengar's broken. Calm it down, Shaq. Calm it down. We can do that too. Calm it down.
So this doubles up as a fighting skirmisher, but also a mentality clip, a mindset clip. Think about it. He's just popped into literally overhyped. Like, I'm versing Owner, the best player in the world. And the first interaction he has with him, he plays a skirmish like that and just wins the game in the first 3-4 minutes of the game. Yeah. So think about what mindset a lot of players would be in. Oh, I'm so scared I'm versing this player. And this is, people are like, well, how can I relate to that? I think people can, even for people that get up to a higher rank, the next rank, they're so scared I'm versing, oh my God, an emerald jungle, whatever it is.
I would say as well, when you rock up at that crab, you're met with a decision. And you have to rely on your own understanding of your champion, the matchup understanding, your champ mastery. It's like he knows Rengar beats Qiyana in this moment. And that comes from pure champ mastery, right? So you can do that in your own games. Don't rock up at the crab and think, oh, the Qiyana's contesting me on this crab. Does that mean that she knows that she can beat me? You got to trust your own instinct.
Or an emerald Qiyana is just magically going to outplay or just be better than me or whatever. People just getting this their head of, the game's the game,
Yep.
You could be the best player in the world. You're still limited by your champion and four abilities.
Yeah, when you don't play like to your level and you try to like artificially create these problems, you actually go really far backwards because you're not actually you're not getting beat by them, you're beating yourself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you have to just fail boldly. You know what I mean? And how many times would he have done that we haven't seen where he's jumped in a river and died?
Oh, yeah, I've been doing that for years.
He would have been doing that for literally years, and we're just seeing the end result. We're seeing the show at the end of that, or years and years and years of being like him going into river, dying on repeat to finally, that's the limits. He's found.
So as we sort of saw in that skirmish, that's like flawlessly played, literally. Literally wins the game basically off that play. But what Rengar's really good at doing and what he's, sort of taking over the game, why he has so much influence in his games, he buys so much time by dodging abilities, using his sort of, empowered W to he just buys so much time. Even if he dies, the amount of mispositioned he's forced the enemy team to come, use the amount of abilities, he just wins these fights, So we're going to look at another example here. So that's an example that even though he died, he's burning flashes. His team still comes out ahead. This is what is really, this is a big contributing factor to, the Rengar specific thing. I guess there's not many champs that can do this, but a lot of champions, you can still apply this to your own champs and champ mastery. Is that how can I be as hard as possible to kill, as well as putting out as much damage as possible?
Yeah, it's interesting because skirmishing, when you get to the high levels, doesn't become like, can I go in or can I not? It's not a yes or no thing. It's like, I can go into varying degrees. I can go in, burn a few abilities, to get out. I might trade my life here, but I'm going to create a lot of space. There's so many more gray areas to skirmishing that become unlocked with Champion Mastery. Hence why our recent episode on Champion Mastery. And I think what you've just said there, Nathan, about kind of buying time and creating space. It's not a well understood concept.
No, because people will be like, oh, I died here, I must have been a bad player, or I couldn't have min-maxed it more. It's like, oh, I just died. It's just people think it's just binary. There's all these invisible things that are happening.
Exactly right.
This is what people don't understand about tanks as well.
Yes.
Like tanks played in professional play, like the highest level, you'll see these tanks create so much space, absorb cooldowns, making the enemy waste their time. To be able to do this as well, it requires not only the knowledge of your champion, but knowledge of every champion in the game. Like jumping back to the previous clip, his sidestepped that LeBlanc E. Not hard, not easy to do. You have to have a pretty good understanding of LeBlanc to be able to do that, the muscle memory to do it as well. And yeah, obviously there is an element of execution as well.
Yeah, it's not fancy stuff. Dying there is not fancy. It's not sexy. It doesn't pad the score. Playing those tanks, as you said, Charles, and creating space for your team and blowing cooldowns. It's the invisible, not sexy things that the League community is really bad at overlooking.
I would also say nerve is a word that comes to mind. Like he holds his nerve with his W. Have you noticed he never presses it when you think he'll press it? He always waits for one extra spell to hit him or one more second before Wing, because that's what Rengars do. The bad Rengars, they get hit by one spell. Shit, I've got a W, and they panic, and they get, because the W is how you get your health back, right? But they'll waste their empowered W like so early in a fight, but he'll always use it at the best time.
All right, so I had 2 points in this clip here. Let's just replay this a little bit here. So the first one here is just Rengar specific things, but I sort of want these clips as well. And now we're going to look into, I want you guys to get just more creative with your fighting, specifically, even though, this is Rengar as an assassin playing flanks, Fog of War is really good and playing around bush is really important. I want you guys to get more excited about thinking about positioning and getting more creative. And again, using Fog of War to your advantage. So basically what, this clip here, and this is just a big part of how he's fighting Skirmishing, Champ Mastery, is that, we're in a bush, and notice how he doesn't run out instantly, by the way. He's sort of like seeing if they might posture or might walk into the bush. He doesn't want to scare them off.
He also doesn't want the fight, because he's
he actually doesn't want the fight. Yes,
right?
exactly
so
right.
He's like, do I absolutely have to go in?
And then Nico does the ult, so he sort of has to go in here. So he's actually even a way happy to let these guys rot and wait for the ult, right?
Yeah, he pinged his ult, and TF pinged it too, but then Nico goes anyway, so he has to adapt. Immediate adaptation.
Yeah, exactly right. Talking
that's
a lot about
Ace
the
framework, right? That's
yeah,
the
it is. Yes.
Ace framework.
And then, looking at this fight more here, the last thing here I want to talk about is sort of this sort of second rotation. Obviously, he's got his R here, but look at he min-maxes. This is a very subtle thing where he doesn't R onto the Wukong until the TP fully sort of goes off, because he wants to make sure that he leaves his R to the last second, even though he solo kills him here. It's just a very subtle thing, because even if he dies there and Bess is able to come and clean up, but if he went in there, he was, he wasn't sure if he was going to win that fight at all.
He also,
Wukong might kill him, and then, he'll just get away.
He also waited for Wukong to cue the ward.
There's another thing as well, waiting for, people's ability usage. Again, just this min-maxing, like waiting for your R to just min-max it. They're waiting for that TP to go off. He's thinking about his teammates in these skirmishes as well.
Detail.
Very, very high attention to detail.
And just not killing the Nidalee.
Yeah,
like he could have just ulted the Nidalee, probably easily just one for one. Just I would see so many Rengars do that. Just ult the Nidalee, kill Nidalee, die to Wukong, and then the play just ends, nothing happens, and we just keep playing League. But he would never do that.
Yeah, if you're a Rengar player, a lot of what you should do to improve, watch NattyNat, look at all the kills that he doesn't go for and understand why he's not using the R on that. And, think about it more critically, because, yes, his Rs are pretty much all, really, really high level. All right, we're going to see another really high level R here as well. I want to emphasize in this clip that he is just in terms of being like a high level player and just tempo, and he's level 16 at this stage of the game right now. Even the Cassante top lane and the Aurora isn't level 16. Level 16 your ult is insanely long. Like you can use it. It's a lot. Like we'll see the ult here. It's like there's no way this lasts this long, right? But if he wasn't level 16, he wouldn't actually be able to win the game right here. The scoreline is 16 kills to 21, and this is just going to show that like so many little things that happened in this game. If you watch his games, like he's min-maxing all the little details. The fact that he's level 16 is showing how good he is at the game as a jungler, as well as Rengar as well. So let's play out this clip. I just want that to be in people's mind of like, most Rengar players would not be level 16 and wouldn't be able to execute this play. And there we go. That's Baron. That was the game-winning play, right? And he was struggling that whole game. If you saw his score was 8-2, his team was behind the whole game. He wins those fights. He plays them perfectly. He's always strong, so he can get those sort of ults. Did you see how long that ult would last, by the way?
So patient,
Last second, the last
millisecond, he's going.
He
in
even
on his
held
art
it.
there.
He's standing on the other side of a Talia wall. Like, so I would jump there. Who wouldn't
Yeah,
jump?
who
Who wouldn't jump there?
He waited for more abilities to go
Yeah,
off,
exactly.
right?
That's right. Yeah, as he's waiting.
You know, this level of skirmishing fighting, guys, like get inspired. Like, you know, there's so many levels to it. And you know, a lot of the time as well, you know, just talking about, you know, reviewing and fundamentals, I just want to keep emphasizing that whole level 16 thing. The fact that he didn't ruin or lose the game for his team, he's always in a position to win the game as Rengar at those situations, at those fights. Because the moment someone messes up or the team overextends and he's coming as a secondary engage, Rengar can like always win those fights.
It's like the opposite of the standard mentality in those situations. It's like, wow, my team is losing the game. I'm going to have to do something crazy to win this game.
Yeah.
I need to perma-gank. I need to like kill people. But he's just getting to his camps on spawn. Yes, he's got 8 kills, but he's also high farm. He was a higher level than the solo laners on the enemy team
that's
that
right.
game.
Yeah,
So, which
even
is,
those behind.
most junglers lose the game before getting to level 16. A lot of junglers never make
They
it.
would have never made
They
it.
never make it.
Exactly right.
This is just cooked. I feel bad for this Jax, man. The fuck is this?
Okay, so what we're going to go now into is we've looked at some sexy stuff. These are the boring decisions he makes around fighting. When not to fight, when to say no, because this is a huge aspect of gameplay as well. That is, again, not sexy. It's not credited enough in the League of Legends community. People watching NattyNat stream think, it's whatever. I wouldn't do that as well. I wouldn't go for that. But everyone would go for these kills. He has R and Flash, by the way.
I seek only the strongest. A true hunter never rests.
So look how long he's holding his R for here, by the way. Even the Zara comes up, isn't even R. Gets 2 grubs.
Wow.
You know what? He's buying so much time. By the way, both his bot lane is a bot, right?
Yep.
So his numbers disadvantage got 2 grubs, Zyra's flash, and that the amount of pressure that alone is
That
so
was
insane.
So uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
Like, that was so complex.
Why would you even be topside there? That's so interesting, isn't it? The view of the game is so interesting. He's a time waster.
Yes.
He's a bastard in the
He's
in
a
the
bastard
Rift.
in the
He's
Rift.
pissing them off.
Exactly right. And then he just recalls and
He's like a
gets away.
mosquito.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys want the grubs? You guys playing topside? Well, I'm just gonna be around. Yeah.
Illegal.
And then this is actually the clip of the mindset thing, yeah, because this is where the bot lane fails the dive.
Yeah,
So
Nico's
fucking
yeah.
illegal.
It's like he did all that work and then his bot lane gets
Oh, they got one
killed.
with
Yeah,
two.
yeah.
So illegal.
You know, they you know, it was just a bit of a
Legal.
mess.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're looking here about more X Factor stuff, but remember, he could have R'd in that top play. Like, they're diving under the
tried to
tower.
kill the Zyra.
And could have killed he could have R'd 2 times. He's deciding not to R. That R just buys so much time.
But you know why? It's because he knows that he's not willing to trade 1 for 1.
No.
He never wants to trade 1 for 1. He knows he could kill Zara. He's going to die, though, on the back end. So he's always thinking, I want to do as much as I can and then use my R situationally as like escape tool. Right? So he's so flexible with the R. He's viewing it simultaneously like, okay, I can use it as a pick tool, but I can also use it as an escape tool. which is so interesting.
He's also hyper aware of the sums. You could tell just by the way he played around the Zyra. Like maybe if Zyra doesn't have flash, he does just go in one shot her and get out. But because she had flash, he just stacks up the bowler, throws the bowler, blows his flash, immediately back clicks, runs away, just insanely poised.
A mosquito.
A mosquito.
I need to reset, and that's, is that fine, yeah? I need to reset shit, I can't. Okay, you should get grubs here, yeah? You good? Cassante no TP, but TF has R, okay? And TP. Nice. Okay. That's fine, we got kill on TF as well. We got the last one,
So saying no to a fight, right? Just didn't look. He had flash. He had E. You know, Xero Yumi there, quite weak. There was even someone dead there at the time there. So just very comfortable not to ruin the game. You know, just relaxing. He's 0-0-0. This game was just a really boring Jax game. 0-0, nothing fancy. Good League of Legends guys is quite boring like this. How many people would fight this still with E or whatever? They'll flash on,
That's a 3-man stun.
Yeah, exactly right, you know? But, you know, looking at Morgana's very binary. She's got a Q. She needs, you need to play around her cooldowns, long cooldowns. Zero Yumi's weak.
It actually ties back to something I think you were saying when we were watching Worlds recently, Curtis. It's like these players have really understood the power of just being on the strong side of the map, even if you're not necessarily going to fight or contest, just to make sure that the enemies don't get it for free, making them earn it. You make the enemies bring all their members, because if he doesn't show up at those grubs and
it makes it too easy for
Lee
the
Sin
enemy.
just solos them, and then the game's so easy for Lee Sin, making them earn that. I think it's just intuitively that's happening more and more.
I think that's another layer to the game that I actually personally don't understand that well. I think that's the next evolution of League, right? Like it feels like. Just this is a quick aside, completely unrelated to NattyNat, but I think it's worth talking about quickly. Like, if you quickly summarize the actual evolution of the game, it went from no one knows what to prioritize. So no one, it's like the Wild West. Do we do what objective? How much value is a tower? How much value is priority?
Yep.
You know, we had no idea, right? And then it goes into, okay, wow, we can actually, rotate around the map, and we can get multiple objectives, and tempo starts to become a thing, and priority starts to become a thing, and then neutral objectives become a thing, and efficiency becomes a thing. And now we're at a point where everyone kind of agrees upon the value of things. We know how valuable a tower is, how valuable tempo and dragons are. And so if we all are now playing the same game, it then becomes like, now it's like mind games. It's like, okay, I know you want that. You know I want it. So now what? Like, rather than just do the simple, I'm going to trade, say no, I'm going to like make you sweat for it. I'm going to pretend I'm going for it. There's other layers of like soft contesting, like as Andy would call it, like dick waving. Go in there, pretend you're going to go. Maybe you do go. You make them think about you. And then so they can't be hyper efficient. So you're kind of like wasting time. And that's where I think like League has now become this hyper complex game of, game of inches of tempo and time. And you're seeing it in Worlds. We're seeing it in this sequence right here.
Also, just asking tough questions of your opponents. You're fishing for a mistake as well. Every time you're kind of on the same screen as the enemy, there's a chance they could fuck up.
Yep.
Which is a big factor.
You're keeping them honest.
Yeah.
All right, that is our fighting clips for NattyNat. Now let's look at some early game examples. What does his early games look like from a jungle perspective, from his Rengar perspective? All right, so our first early game here, we've got Rengar. First thing to note, he loves sprinting to this bush. Every single game, he burns his flash for it sometimes. People know that he runs into this bush because he's Rengar. He's got he can jump there. He can get a little chunk on people and all that. So just a Rengar specific thing. This actually does work on a lot of junglers, by the way. Yes. Parbu likes to do this on champs like Graves.
I remember Bo used to do this on Graves. Yeah, remember Bo would come here and either wall,
sprint here, and someone face checks. You get a chunk. You can get some pressure. Just a little thing that he does there. I think he might even burn flash in this clip.
Dude, in SoloQ, I swear something's happening in that bush level 1 every game.
Yeah. So, full clearing top to bot. He does full clear top to bot most games. Sometimes he will spice it up going bot to top. We'll look at some clips there, like why he might go bot to top. Likes full clears. There's nothing fancy going on in his early games. A big part of NattyNat's early games is he's not losing the game for his team, basically, which is obviously a really big part of early games. So, looking up here, he sees he double smarts in his clear to basically get to places faster. He does like to double smart in his clear. Doesn't really value too much for the crab, because crab, I always say, is quite binary, whether you're going to get it or not. There's no like back in season, whatever it was, where like you fight level 2 crab and you'll fight to the death smite. Like, don't fight to the death over crabs, guys. Just don't 50-50 coin flip to smite. It's not worth it. Don't ruin games because of the first crab. So he double smites in his clear. Fishes for Wukong a little bit. He has no priority bot, but he has priority mid here. Doesn't really want to fight bot because he has no priority bot, and he's sort of just happy to go through mid here. Now, why I picked this first clip here is what he does, and I've been talking to a lot of my Jungle Academy students about this, is that he has this rush level 6 mindset. And rush level 6 mindset. And the way you can get level 6 as a jungler is 1 crab, the first crab, 2 full clears, soak up some experience from lanes like you did from mid, we're going to see from top, and then get that second crab respawn is so important. You get level 6 from that. That is if you can get that first, in high elo in a lot of games, people fight to death over that crab, just not the first one. So this is just a 101 of what a lot of his early games look like. He doesn't ruin the game. He's looking to recall there, sees Yasuo, a little bit low HP. Looks like he's fighting. Doesn't actually get this kill. Yasuo, unfortunately, has a good tornado there. But this is still good because he gets to soak up some experience.
So that's why he doesn't mind this. So he's kind of maybe helping get the wave in.
Gets the wave in and soaks up experience.
Helping his top lane, getting a bit of experience.
And this will allow him to get level 6.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's, behind on his Gromp on tempo here. A little bit, his Gromp is just spawn, as you guys see, which he doesn't really like. He's usually really good on camps, but again, not too fast. His Krugs are still spawning, 18 seconds. So just clear.
I like this example as well because it shows that it's not automatic. He's not a robot. He's not full clearing because he's AFK. He's full clearing with intention. And the second that something rocks up, he's like, oh, I'm going to peel off my clear to do that. Because I think a lot of people, and myself included, I'm guilty of this sometimes. You see a jungler full clearing and you think, that guy's just like my Nan could do this, they're just clearing their camps on respawn, but there's clearly thought behind the full clear,
Yep. I mean, even given that bot crab, there's intention around it. He knows he has no bot priority. He's not interested in fighting and flipping the game, fighting a full HP Wukong. We're not doing that. Just crab, just relax. Talking about the confidence, he knows he will win the game in the mid game.
Because I feel like a lot of people shit on junglers for full clearing. Yes. I'm trying to defend junglers.
Thank you, Charles.
Yeah.
And look at this, guys. A lot of what a lot of people do here, this is after the second full clear, Charles, they lose their mind over Dragon. He does not give a shit about Dragon because guess what? Dragon is getting level 6. Top Crab is spawning in 30 seconds. He's sprinting to Top Crab right now. And a lot of people always think that you need to recall to go from one side of the map to the other. Be comfortable walking from one side of the map to the other, guys. It's such a foreign concept to junglers. So he doesn't give a shit about his bot lane here at all. Kiting the Krugs. He doesn't care about Dragon. He's sprinting to this top crab. And here we go. Gets level 6 by 6 minutes and 30 seconds, guys. That is a fast level 6, okay? And this is a huge part of him winning games. Here we go. Now he's got an ult.
Oh, it's like a high value ult. Ults as soon as he hits level 6.
And none of his camps are up. How clean is this League of Legends, right?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
This is as high impact as it could possibly get, right? He's literally instantly got a kill off his first ult. All his camps are off. Matt are still respawning, so he has perfect sync on tempo here. Burns a flash. Wukong's level 5. Level 6 rush. Who cares about Dragon, guys? Who cares about going bot there? Couldn't kill less. He doesn't even care if Wukong ganks bot. All right, back to camps. And just really boring League of Legends here, guys. No ults. Hit your goddamn camps.
Does he ever I was going to pause it. Does he ever do 3 camp ganks? Or is he basically nearly always?
You mean early game?
Yeah, early game.
Oh no, it's always full clearance.
Always full clearance.
No, I've seen him invade.
Yeah, he does invade sometimes.
Generally, he will invade when he thinks he's going to be invaded. I don't think he really proactively invades. He does have a fun part. I don't know if you have clips of it later, but where he does one side quadrant, flashes the dragon wall, and invades a.
No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, he does that sometimes. That's kind of fun. If you've seen him, it's fun. But yeah, he does it more defensively than offensively.
Yeah. So he will he does sometimes think about skipping camps to get an ult playoff. For example, here, all his camps are up here and he sees what bot wants to do. What does Kai'Sa want to do again? This is a huge part of what he's good at Rengar and why he's massively leaps ahead of a lot of junglers is that he anticipates kills. And this is such an important part, especially mid-game, of assassins. So he sees that Kai'Sa wants to shove this next wave. He knows Kai'Sa's going to shove. So even though she's disappeared off the map, he knows what these laners are going to do. He is inside every laner on this game's head. He knows exactly what they're going to do. So he's skipping camps to look for an alt play bot because he knows Kai'Sa's going to push the next wave.
It's so difficult as a laner to deal with this because Rengar R post 6, it's a lot of kill threat. There's a lot of champions. How much threat you have on melees, on immobile mages, it's a lot of threat. And I'm just thinking this is a very, very replicable strategy for a Rengar player, right?
Oh yeah, exactly right.
And I'm even thinking like champs like Pantheon, right?
0 counterplay.
Like, there's not that much. What is the counterplay?
Like you just die as a laner. Yeah.
So if
Passes by,
you're
stop
a
trying to shove the next
jungler
wave.
loading into the game versus a Rengar, like what's your job? Like how do you?
Even if you're a laner loading.
No,
against-
like you're a jungler versing Rengar. Like,
Do you have to counter gank a lot? Do you actually
like what's
actively
your
think
mindset
about that?
about dealing with Rengar?
Yeah, I mean, I play Rek'Sai. Well, right now I'm a Rek'Sai main, so I'm absolutely just thinking about every ult, and I'm just sitting on my. He can't play the game if I'm.
So you're thinking
you would be behind
I'm,
Kai'Sa.
yes, I'm behind.
Oh, so you're
yes.
you're not letting your laners fix waves like this by themselves. Like
No.
you would be there.
Correct.
If they're in that scenario, you're hovering and protecting them. Okay.
My mindset is even with coaching, not even just Rengar, just any jungler. Really, I'm always saying, people ask, how long do I hover lanes for? And when the wave is complete, then you back off. You need to think about what they want to do with the lanes.
It's unreasonable to assume that Kai'Sa won't push that wave.
Yeah.
As the junglers. Like, if I'm coaching the AD carry, then I can say, yeah, look, I mean, sometimes you just have to cop a bad wave state. Lesser of two evils kind of mindset. Like, what's actually happening with this wave?
And that's
I can't
crazy.
really tell,
The fact that it's a full HP 80 carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's the crazy part about this.
Everyone
Like,
knows he can kill, right?
Dude, it's AD carry. What are you talking about? Jungler versus AD
7.
carry?
Yeah.
Come on.
So that's why he's skipping camps. So guys, he's skipping camps with intention, right? He knows this is a guaranteed kill because he saw the enemy support base. He knows Kai'Sa's going to shove the next wave because he sees the next wave coming in the mini-up. So that's why he's skipping camps here.
Wait, can you pause one more time? Nathan, I have to gank you with this now that we've seen some footage. Is Rengar OP?
I think he's a very good solo queue champion, yes. Because laners, people aren't on comms, people don't really track that well. And it's very easy to kill people. Obviously mechanical execution, there's a lot of outplay skill expression. We talk about being hard to kill as a champion. That's actually a topic I was going to bring up with you, Curtis, before actually in the fighting clips. Like being a hard to kill champion forces people to misposition, makes it, it gives you a little bit of an edge. Like I think about champs that are annoying, a really annoying, just a powerful solo queue champions. They're easy to kill, like a Lux or a Zyra or something.
Because I was thinking, I had this conversation before with you. I was saying, I think Ryze, for example, at the moment in his current capacity, just because you're tanky and you're durable, that's why
Phase Rush as well.
Phase Rush, yeah,
Yes.
and that's why a lot of people had success with Phase Rush, Roa, Victor. Right, for the same reason. I think that there is something to be said about champions that are able to deal damage and have durability and create space. And that's why I have a lot of success with Ryze and SoloQ for that reason, because I build Roa, I'm tanky, I can do things that a lot of other champions can't. And even if I'm not the one killing someone, I'm just hard to kill.
It's the Swain below Emerald. Like the below
Yes.
Emerald. Swain is the god of below Emerald.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you just can't die.
You can't die, you get revitalized.
and even if
can't
you
die.
do die, you're just soaking up so much abilities, just like
Yeah.
the Rengar.
It's the same with Galio. That's why I always recommend Galio to everyone, because you're just durable. I think having durability and
annoying
Or
abilities.
annoying abilities.
You know what it is from
good.
AD carry? Corki. Corki builds plated seal caps, Triforce. I'm very tanky. Like, I know it's still an AD carry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm probably still easy to kill, but from an AD, that's the closest we get, you know?
because I'm not saying, I've never thought like Corki's hard to kill.
No, really? That's how I feel. I feel like Corki's very hard to kill.
I think to other 80 carries, it's hard to
Dude,
kill.
if I'm playing Corki with... I'm AD carry diatribe here. If I'm playing Corki with Spear of Shojin and plated seal
Yeah,
caps,
you're tanky.
I could eat a Kiana combo and not die. That's pretty special, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. Nathan doesn't agree, but...
So, to answer your question, Charles, I think Rengar is quite strong.
So okay, so
Rengar
but
is
just
OP,
quickly,
clip and
like
ship
this is not the only way of playing. Like we're just saying, it's an archetype or a trait of a champion that can make them effective in solo queue. You don't have to play champions that
That's right,
can create space. It can just be helpful.
Yeah,
for
there's
solo
other things that are really good, strong as well.
Right, so, he comes and kills Kai'Sa here.
You've got to watch this monstrosity again.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Kai'Sa's wave is
Doesn't have to burn
doomed.
flash.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that wave.
End of review.
And, it's a big different game. If he missed that kill, Kai'Sa pushes that wave bases at a full reset. This is big map impact here, guys. Big map impact. These little things, miss kill opportunities and stuff. A lot of people would have missed that kill.
Doing dragon instead of diving bot's interesting.
Yeah.
Instead of his red. Right.
Yeah. Oh, it just sees. I think just a good dragon window there. I think this is fine. It's whatever. I don't need to
That
read too much
Kai'Sa's
into
out of the
this.
game.
But yeah, in general, Charles, I do prioritize dives over dragon. Yeah.
Yep.
And Italy is just running in.
Now all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're 2-0, moving into the mid game,
yeah.
farming really quite well.
Next ult's coming up again. We got another ult
Nothing
ready
special,
to
Just
go.
right place, right time, Nothing special.
Well, that is the hard part about jungling, isn't it? Being in the
Yes.
right place at the right
Yes.
time, knowing where to be.
Another
way.
another anticipation kill here is
No
going to kill this
way.
guy again.
Wait, did he flash?
Yeah.
He flashed to get in range before it expired. Can you replay that, please. So, Nathan, you'll have to educate us on Rengar here. Because I don't even know this. At what point does Kai'Sa get vision of the Rengar?
No, he just wanted to make sure he got in range before
Before
Kai'Sa
it
got too
gets
close
the
to the tower.
Yeah, that's right.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I
think that's
don't
what it
think
is.
I've ever seen a Rengar do that. Like flash out of ult and auto attack.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He knows the value of that kill.
Yeah, that kills
so
a lot of
that
plays.
doesn't-
And it's so efficient because he can insta-base and go topside camps. That's
No,
why
but,
the kill's so
doesn't
good.
that go against your philosophy, Nathan, about ganking? Like, your camps are up. Like, the Gromp's coming up in 8 seconds. Like, what's your thought? What's the mentality here, right? Because you've got two things. You got reset, spend your gold, get back on cams, do another full clear into bot, right? Top to bot. Or you just kill Kai'Sa and then you just sack your top camps here? Like, you're sacking your top camps?
Well, Corky's pinging the R as well. Yeah, you are given a little bit of options here, but it's just too valuable. Playing around bot and killing 80 carries is just too valuable. Corky just getting free plates here. Kai'Sa, okay, also know Kai'Sa has no flash as well.
Yeah.
So it is, high. A lot of junglers wouldn't be able to kill this. This is maybe, again, a Rengar specific
This is
thing.
nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think there is another jungler in the game that could kill. Nocturne doesn't kill.
Rek'Sai can either wall.
Rek'Sai would not kill here, no.
No, okay.
Well, no way, because
Oh, if there's no wards. Yeah, Kai'Sa will. No, maybe. Yeah, actually.
No,
if
but you
Corky's
wouldn't
ready to
have
follow
you wouldn't
up.
have Strybreaker by now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Right?
it'll be hard.
It'd
I
be
wouldn't be able
very
to kill-
hard.
Yeah, a lot of
There's
junglers
no
wouldn't
way
kill
in a
this.
million years you would go for this gank on
No,
Rek'Sai.
this is stupid.
No.
I don't even know if this is a good
Pantheon-
gank. Even after seeing him kill her, I don't think it's a good gank.
No, it's definitely good. It's definitely very
The
good.
Pantheon's like the only maybe.
Nocturne, Evelyn, stuff like
I don't
this.
even think Nocturne kills that.
No. But I was going to say as well, Curtis, the one reason why it's super efficient is because he uses his ult as soon as it comes up.
Yeah.
Just to get cycling,
Right.
And I think that's a fundamental of these ult-based champs like Rengar and Moon or whatever. The more ults you cast in a game, the more impact you're having.
But yeah, I mean that's also not black and white, Charles, because a lot of people force ults.
No,
on
but
bad
when you
players.
can,
Oh, when you
when
can.
you
When there
can.
is
You don't want to
opportunity,
force
yes.
it for sure.
Because
That's the best
like, I
games.
think like this
At
whole
least not easy,
Well, this
Yeah.
is the thing, right? We're watching this, and
Yeah.
he's making it look so easy. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of nuance to his decision making here. Like, you waste one R, like, or you go for too many Rs and you don't clear your camps. Like these are problems
Yeah.
that you'll face, and I feel like he's perfectly found that balance between like understanding what kills are valuable and worth sacking camps over versus like getting back on camps and being efficient and like being in the right place at the right time. It's just a masterpiece.
Yeah.
And look at the state of this game, by the way. His team's like falling apart. He's 7 kills to 9. He's 2-0-2, like almost perfect form. He's just chilling, vibing, playing his own game, playing very good, clean fundamentals. And as we said, he's going to win the game in the big game.
But
from Champ Mastery.
okay, so this sort of game set I think is so common for a lot of people in all roles, right? Where you're the Fed member, everyone else is crumbling. And like a lot of people start to panic in these scenarios where it's like the game's on me. And then you die. If you die in this scenario, you make one mistake in this sort of, especially as a carry Orange Gem, you would see it I'm assuming you would see it all the time with like Kha'Zix players and things like that, where like they've got the kills, they've played selfishly, or Evelyn players or whatever, and you make a mistake when you haven't helped your early laners. You know what I mean? Like you've played for yourself, and then now you're in this scenario. You have to execute. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's kind of not true here with him because, he's helped his bot lane and got his bot lane ahead. But there's I feel like a lot of people get themselves into this scenario. They've played in a selfish way and you need to be able to back it up. You know what I mean? Moving into the mid game. And that's hard to do. A lot of pressure.
To be consistent.
Like
yeah.
this.
All right, let's look at another Rengar early game from him. Okay, our next early game here. This one's a bit different. Full clearing bot to top. What it looks like. How does he use Rengar's bushes in the top lane to snowball games and win games? Have really good early games. So NattyNat does the classic here. Sprint into the bush. People are waiting for him here this time. They know. He has to burn his flash early, I think, yeah.
He sees Zyra, but he goes in anyway.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he's just a psycho, dude. He just sprints to that bush, and I think people just knew this guy ran to the bush every time. So there's like 5 men in that bush, dude, in his career. It's sort of the meta. All right, so, same thing. Just do a full clear bot to top.
Would you pass top this game?
Yes, because we'll see why. It's a Cassiopeia top.
Yep, okay.
All right?
Oh, it's a Cassie, okay.
And Alistar, Nico. Yeah, I definitely think passing top to
Hard
bottom
win,
is
but
fine. Yeah,
unplayable
it is
matchup
on
for
for
Alistar.
Alistar, yeah. So what he doesn't give a shit about Crab, and he just lane ganks. This
Nathan
guy.
Mott special.
This is the Nathan Mott. But Rengar's even better at this than Rek'Sai because of bushes. And here we go. He doesn't care about the Crab at all, guys.
He just saw the bouncing wave state. Wow.
Yep. And again, guys, this is like a Cassiopeia. There's 1,000 LP plus.
End of review.
Yeah.
So did he do anything special to keep his empowerment there? Like, how can you hold on to the bowler indefinitely in the bush, or what did he do? I think he
So he uses his 0 rage now.
How does he get the empowerment so fast? Or if you leap from a bush and do 3 abilities,
Yeah,
you get
that's
the
right.
empowerment,
Yeah,
don't you?
so if it's like
Yeah,
he's on
because the
0,
passive counts as 1 ability.
so we
Right,
can
I don't
count
think
it
anyone
out.
gives a fuck about Rengar specifics, but there you go.
So 1, 2, yeah, 4.
But
bam.
look, he's 1, 4. That's how fast he does the combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
All right,
Wow.
so
It's a
you know-
game-winning kill, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so it doesn't give about Crab, just gives Crab back to his camps. Again, really boring, really good fundamentals, just good tempo. Again, this whole mindset of rush level goddamn 6 and doesn't care about dragons, he's path and opposite. So we've done a bit of a lane swapsies here. Varus and Nico's gone top, so a little bit different, so we might have to do some adaptation here. But, just full clears bot to top here. Alistair is now protecting but this is like well played by Alistair. Alistair's now protecting the Cassia because he knows her game's over and they lane swap.
That's so smart from
This is really
Alistair.
well played. Even Ezreal, maybe it's a whole
Because
team
Ezreal
effort.
can just
chill. Yeah, this is really well
Interesting.
played. All right, so knows nothing to do top. Insta recall.
Shitty recall?
Sprint spot. Shitty recall. Exactly right. Where the shitty recall where you just have nothing to do. You recall, you full clear, you recall again.
Yeah.
It's very important after your second full clear not to ruin the game.
So he's trying to go for that scuttle, right?
Yes, exactly right. He wants that scuttle for level 6. Exactly right, Curtis. He loves that scuttle for level 6.
How well understood is that the second scuttle is very powerful? It's honestly not something I ever
Sharon
think
was talking
about.
about that in the
Yeah.
Pantheon video that you have on your Emerald to Challenger.
I think a lot of people understood
channel.
it, but no one executes it in the game because they
Interesting.
get distracted by so many other things. So he didn't soak up enough experience here from lanes compared to that other example. He's literally like a minion off level 6 right here, right?
I feel like there's like support players that could help with this second scuttle thing. Like people should start converging on this objective.
Yeah.
It's like a Baron,
They sometimes do it, but as you say, it's quite free there.
Yeah. I just never think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so much later on the level 6
Yeah.
game comparatively to the other one.
Yeah. But again, doesn't really care about objectives or dragons, guys. He cares about his tempo way more than dragons. This is very funny, talking about that Dante's episode, what he thinks the jungle is doing, just winning a dragon, everyone path bot to dragon. The game's more nuanced than that, guys. And yeah, dragons are a massive loss of tempo. And this is like the fighting clip here that we talked about before, right? This is where he decided not to R and then wasted a lot of time.
Yeah, this is fascinating, right? Because you would think that, just go back. Sorry, I'm just going to ruin the VOD pacing here. If we freeze frame right now, right, wouldn't the logical choice be do Raptors and then actually just split the map?
Yeah,
and
sprint
kill-
body
Yeah,
kill
and kill-
bot.
dive,
That is
dive.
another way to do it. Yeah, that's what I would have done.
But it's that whole again, Curtis, that
Yeah.
thing about being on the strong side of the map and just kind of throwing your
the
body
dick waving
around.
mentality.
It's fishing for something, waiting for them to make mistakes, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we already played through this clip here. So basically, he doesn't ult.
This is psychotic.
Yeah,
this
crazy.
is so nuts.
It was so easy to dive bot and get a bunch of plates. Cassiopeia's by herself.
Just walking with tightrope, It's like, I'm on your screen. What are you going to do about it? Wow.
Because as a mid laner, I just these are really hard situations as a mid laner. Like Aurora just gets gaslit.
Yeah. Aurora gets so
Like
confused.
what mid laner because as a mid laner, you're like, I want to help my jungler, but
How the hell do you even play that as Aurora? You just need to
I
say
don't
no.
know.
You have to say no, don't
you
you?
have to say no. It's like this is
But
like
then
a
what do you
2v4.
leave Rengar out to right? It's weird.
Yeah, if
What
I
a-
leave your jungler to
Weird,
right,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard to review, and this is sometimes the.
it's beyond my comprehension.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's beyond me as well.
It's jazz, Curtis. That's what it is.
Yep.
It's not. We're not playing. We're not
This is Kenny
playing
Werner.
Mozart anymore.
Yep,
Exactly.
This is Kenny Werner on the piano right now.
It is.
So buys a lot of time here. This is where he sort of. This is also as well in that clip where he sort of talks about the jacks.
I would love to get his thought process on that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why not see the
Yeah,
opportunity
why?
to dive
Like,
bot?
what's the thought process?
AD carry just dying. It's a AD carry dying montage.
Yeah.
Charles.
Killing AD carries to rank 1. What was Ezreal doing? Did Ezreal have to crash that wave, or is it just opportunistic? You don't have to back if you don't want to, but
It's a good question.
we can just assume he
Doesn't matter.
had to
He's
crash the
dead.
wave. I guess doesn't matter.
So just back to camps here,
roll.
and talking about that clip, that I was obsessed with about he was level 16, everyone else was level 15. This is what his early games look like to get to that point. 80 farm, 10 minutes, 8 CS per minute. He's 2-0, just extremely efficient, always strong, not missing kills.
Yeah, skipping camps, not ulting for that play.
Yeah, Nolty and flat
Holding
play,
the ult,
really
yeah.
important.
Blowing flash, not being afraid to blow flash. That's something, by the way, I see on carry champions. You should be doing this. If you're playing champs like Kassadin and Kayle, you should actively kill steal.
Yep.
Try to get the kill. Okay? Very important. So pretty stock standard stuff here. Another lane gank.
His favorite bush in the game, it seems.
Yep. And this is sort of, initially to what his game plan is.
But notice, guys, he's not sitting in the bush with camps up, wasting time. He's cleared his
Yes.
camps off the map, and
Yes.
then he's planting himself in the
Very
bush.
important distinction. I love how he's, again, it's funny you mentioned it. He's just not giving a shit about dragons whatsoever.
Yeah.
Nah. It's wave states. He sees the pushing wave top. He knows if he kills Cassio, he's a nice 2 waves. It's like, it's done.
Doesn't even need to ult again. He's 4-0. And we're going to break this whole tower now. Bam.
Yeah, Rengar, because he got grubs earlier. He got 2 of the grubs, right?
Yep.
And his empowered Q obliterates the turret.
Yeah, so maybe that's maybe where was top to get the grubs and to get this again. Little details. He wouldn't have got the tower here if he didn't grub. So he gets the whole tower here by 12 minutes to his 4-0. Look how much gold this guy has.
Wow.
Think about the map impact here, guys. This is rank 1 League of Legends jungling.
This champion's broken. The role's broken. He's just...
Charles having an existential crisis right now.
Yeah, it's hard. It's when you look at this, it's like I just don't know the counterplay. You know, like I don't. This is, you know, like I'm.
No, you are right, Curtis. There's
not
No,
that-
I'll go back. Because Cassio can not die.
you know what?
Right?
You know
Cassio
what-
just needs to calmly... I mean, is the wave even pushing it?
Okay, yeah. Let's get critical here for a
Because
second.
the wave's going into Cassio. What she needs to do is just let the wave
She's on
crash
weak
at her
side.
tower.
She's on weak side.
Yeah,
right
just
now,
farm
right?
the wave on the tower, Cassio. You don't have to pressure Jax on this wave. It's just not your time.
just the classic laner moving up with the wave because they think they're safe.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's Cassio top. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah,
You know,
that's
you
what
are
you
gonna
lock
get-
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the other thing as well. Like, why are you playing Cassio top? You
I'm
know,
just
that's
trying to
what
give
you
him
ask
that. Like,
for.
he's not just getting these kills because like he's doing everything. Like, the enemies are making mistakes to lead these things to happen. But these are the highest players, littlest players
Well,
in
that's
the
the
world.
thing with
still
Rengar, right?
making
He
mistakes.
can lane gank, but then also like he can kill you
Yep.
from that location in the lane anyway with R.
Without even R in as well. Yeah,
Like,
he can kill without
or
R.
if he has R, he can kill you
Yeah,
from there anyway.
that's right.
Jungle gap. Where's Zyra? You know.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at it, they have a Zyra Cassio top side. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty easy. He
like,
could probably 1v2
full
them.
squishy
Yeah.
composition into a Rengar, right? It's a pretty.
But look, I am being
Favorable
hyperbolic,
Rengar
but you
game.
are correct. Like the fact that he can kill you from anywhere and then he can take an entire tower with his kit. There's something about the kit is very
Such a good solo kit
loaded. Like the kit can do so many things.
It's just a great solo queue champion. It can do it. It's simultaneously. It's like the kit is perfectly designed to capitalize on chaos and
Yeah.
lack of communication, but then also it has so much like versatility in the way that it can fight. It's not like it's not like one dimensional like a Vex where like you have to go in and get the one shot. Like you can like dance around the edges, you can get a bit of a chunk, disengage. Like there's not many champions in the game that can do that.
Yeah, it's like a blank canvas almost.
Yeah.
I love this case study. How Curtis, you're trying to problem solve. It's like, how do I beat
Yeah,
this?
because I'm just looking at this as a mid laner's perspective. Like, what's the like? Because typically when I think of Rengar, like I just think of like I need to get tanky ASAP, so I can just not get one shot. And if I can survive the one shot, then I can create space for my team. Like my mentality when I'm versing Rengar is like, he's gonna kill someone. He's gonna try and ult me. But if I can get like a Zonius or a Roar or whatever, Roar Seraphs, get some that sort of build path going, then I can push the side lane without being threatened, and then I can actually buy time, create space. Like that's how I get it. But the problem when I'm watching these VODs is that he's getting this fed before people are tanky. Like this is true.
It's too far ahead of the game.
He's pushing the game pace so fast. He's getting so ahead that it's very difficult. Like you're not getting as a mage or like even assassins, you're not getting to any tanky components yet. So like he's just really, really, really good at accelerating, getting to his key spikes and getting strong, which is very impressive. And again, not easy to do.
All right, let's look at our last early game example with his Jax now, moving away from his Rengar. Okay, so I've titled this one here, A Very Boring Game. And one thing I didn't mention, Jax actually, in his OPGG review, we're talking about easier to execute champions. Jax is one of those champs in the jungle. You can pretty pick it up and have a pretty good idea pretty easily. He's not the craziest mechanical execution champion to, play. He was playing this champion to get to the rank 1 sort of at the end as well. So again, the Jax window, just going back to that topic of like having the easier champions to round out maybe your complex main champion.
Also, again, I think I mentioned this with the Owner Mundo situation. He's picked Jax in a pretty solid Jax game. He's versing Twisted Fate and Lee Sin. One of the hardest counters in the game to TF, 100%. And then the Lee Sin matchup is also completely fine.
Yeah. So he doesn't sprint into the bush with Jax in the silent bush. Just again, Rengar specific thing. And yeah, this is a quite short one. Just showing how boring he's just very good on when he's not playing Rengar. He just doesn't lose the game for his team. I want to show you a couple of opportunities here, how he could have made a play that lost the game for his team, but he decides not to because he's very disciplined. So it just does a normal red start here, full clearing top to bot. Isn't it interesting he's full clearing top to bot with the Zeri Yumi, by the way? A lot of people would say, oh, this is not a lane to sort of impact. And this is why, full clearing top to bot in general, 90% of the time, if you're a jungler, it works a lot of the time.
Yeah, he's got a lot of setup top with the Pantheon as well. Doesn't really
Yeah.
care. He doesn't really think about lanes having setup.
No,
He doesn't care at all, does
He's
he?
just-
Which is what most people think, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I always say it's more the chaos, the lane you want to go to where you think there's chaos, you know? Like, the chaos bot will be chaotic in a way. Like, Karma's going to be heavy trading and
Of
stuff.
course. Ezreal Karma will be hitting your tower.
You know, even just there, the defender dive could be more important than top.
Yeah, like, is he going to be able to get the camp spot side?
So he's spotted on the ward, just clearing, chilling out, does his wolves, does Gromp. Always, you know, skip your blue, do Gromp first so you can have a perfect sequence on your second, you know, spawn. Sees Lee Sin towards top side right now. And let's see what he does after this blue buff. Does he gank bot? What do we do? So he's F keen, he's looking, he sees bot. And he sees his bot lane base in. And just decides, nah, I don't really see that as gankable. Zeri reset. I'm not going to force their gank. Does the crab. Chucks a ward on the Raptors for jungle tracking. I always tell people to always ward after you finish your full clear because you have plenty of time before you need to go back to your Krugs. This is little things here. Watch this. How many people would run to this Lee Sin right now? Because it's like, oh my God, my Morgana's like fighting or whatever it is, right? Like, how many people would go out of the bush and try and fight that? Because what he's trying to do here, this is just a high level concept, he wants Lee Sin to fully commit onto the Morgana before showing. Because Lee Sin, even if he hits the Q, Morgana's not going to die there.
No.
You know, you want Lee Sin to use everything before you go. So again, these are little nuances. Him not showing here is putting pressure on Lee Sin. Lee Sin doesn't know where Jax is. So it's so important. I would see every single person, even a master tier player, just sprint there randomly mid and show mid. Like, hey, Lee Sin, and just walk, you know, just recall. You know, these little things are adding up, guys. Use your teammates as bait. All right, so just really boring. Just goes back to the Krugs, Raptors.
So the most unsatisfying recall ever. Just longsword Ruby Crystal.
0-0-0. Zeri's flashing on Lee Sin's head.
Skipping camps,
Interesting
Nathan?
skipping
He's
camps.
skipping camps to do a dragon
Skipping
here. He just goes an early dragon here.
Different mentality to
Yeah,
Rengar.
different mentality. Does skip his camps here, but it is a free dragon window, you know, and his bot lane is here to sort of help him as well. You know, I'm sort of just spitballing here. Maybe it's the mindset of like he knows his team is very scaling.
Zeri
Yumi Morgana, so every dragon he denies is not to get soul, is to make sure they don't get souls to snowball the game.
Delays the game 5 minutes.
Delays the game 5 minutes, which is really, you know, much better for the scaling, especially for Jack. So I don't know if he's thinking that. I'm just spitballing here.
It's also a map split. Look, Ezreal Karma ran top out of base, so they don't have numbers.
Yeah, it's just 100% guarantee for a dragon. Lee Sin's dead, so why not do a dragon on that window, you know?
He also knows he'll have time after his next 2 camps. But does he sacrifice the second crab this game?
Second crab would be gone for sure.
He just can't get it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that was the cost of the Drake.
Yeah. And again, just really
Is
boring.
Jack's jungle like good? Like I feel like I don't see it that much.
Pabu recently just made a guide. I really recommend it for new junglers and lower ranked players. I think it's fantastic for them.
Really?
Yeah. And in high elo, it's just a situational pick. Like, as you said, like a really good counter to certain things. And look how boring this game is. He gets level 6 by 7 minutes and just on camps on spawn. And there you go. And then he makes a play gang top here. And then basically this is all I wanted to show for the early game for this one. So it's just really demonstrating those times he didn't. He decided not to gank bot, even though they looked maybe a little bit juicy because he's very reset and didn't show mid. And then obviously that dragon sort of window he sort of identified. So again, a bit flexible. It's not too rigid. It's just AFK farming camps. He's interacting with the map and intentionally not deciding not to gank things.
Very boring.
Very boring. This is why I said the boring Jack's early game. And this is rank 1 League of Legends, guys. You know, one of the best SoloQ players, you know, currently at this time. All right, now we're going to move into some mid-game. First, we're going to start off with some interesting mid-game concepts that we're going to talk about. Okay, so first one here, we're going to show just his discipline. His discipline is a recurring theme of a big part of, you know, he just doesn't take random fights over nothing. So first example here is, you know, he's on a Drake, does the Drake with his team. And what so many people would do here, we're about to see, they'll just fight. There's so many times. How many times have you guys seen like you've done a Baron and it's like you get the Baron and you just fight because people are there on the screen.
He's on spikes.
He instantly leaves. He's even got Triforce right here, but he just doesn't. He's not interested. Not interested at all. He's got the dragon. There's nothing to fight over for.
There's no
Back to
advantage. You're not
camps.
playing with an advantage.
Exactly right. And it seems so simple, but so many people struggle with this. So many people struggle.
Camps were up also.
Yeah, and his camps are all up as well, so he's just valuing his tempo. All right, next clip here. Watch the speed of just not chasing. He kills the Cassandra here. And Morgana misses Q. instantly backs off,
Ping back.
sprints to midwave, and hits tower. His team is chasing. How many people would over chase with his team
Even
right
did
here?
like triple back ping, by the way.
Yep, triple, and he's pinging. He spams things his team, and look at this. Because of the speed, he gets 2 towers.
Wow.
Think of the map impact here,
The
guys.
speed of that decision making is what's the most impressive. Again,
Yes.
like you could sit there and again pause it and be like, what should I do? And then, oh yeah, I guess I should go mid. But in the heat of the moment, boom, split second, turning on mid, knows the fight's over, back ping, hit mid tower, no hesitation. Those seconds add up.
If he was just like 1 second too late, he was actually
Yeah,
he was just getting leaving
wouldn't
that
get the
tier
tier
2
two.
tower.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Huge.
Next clip here, Rengar one. Just showing how he is really, really fast and efficient here. Again, doesn't compensate for his team. His team's pinging this tower. He is just going straight back to his camps. He has no ult. He has nothing there to contribute. He does not care about his team at all. Straight back to farming here. This is the level 16 thing. Look, he's 156 farm right now. He's just going to be so far ahead of the game here because he knows he's not going to waste time. How many people just like follow their team, hit the tower here, a random fight happens, and all his camps are up, and then he's just delaying, you know?
And so what the skill is here that is all invisible is that he knows that his team either doesn't need him or that he's not going to have any impact anyway.
Yes.
You see what I mean? So this is a skill within itself. The ability to be able to recognize that you're not needed is huge. And in my Phantasm video, these transition periods after a play is made, they're able to just quickly be like, all right, I'm not needed. Boom, I'm going to go side, shove out, or in this case, clear camps. And that creates future opportunities. You get really, really far ahead of your opponent. It allows you to get to key spikes. And it's a really, deceptively hard skill to develop because how many times do we hear in the academies, guys, oh, my team is grouping, I got to be there. Yeah. They're always fighting. I got to be there all the time. Like, no, you don't need to be there.
Especially
every
for this
single fight.
example, because there's no objective up. Even if his team dies on mid tower, there's no Atacon, there's no Dragon, there's no Herald.
Yep. 100%. I think as well, just like the whole idea that other people can learn from is just because you get a kill, it doesn't mean you need to hit the nearest objective.
Yeah, they just
let's kill Kale. Oh, we just happen to be in front of the mid T2. Let's all go and
hit
whack
it.
it. Like I love to say, hitting a mid T2 tower is the fastest way to lose a game. How many times do you guys see in reviews where you just see a team sieging because one kill is not enough to like dive a T2 tower because you will just die. You just lose the game so fast. So just the concept of going back to your camps there keeps you out of trouble. It doesn't have to be like the most strategically genius thing to do. It's like, well, this kill doesn't snowball the game for me. I'm not going to necessarily like push the advantage. I'm just going to go back to my camps.
I want to just really hone in on this for a second. Okay, let's talk about the average Joe in their solo queue. They make this play, right? It doesn't even have to be Rengar. It could be anywhere. Nocturne R-ing in. It could be you're playing Corki, you whatever.
Yes.
And you get a kill like this. Okay, this is your mindset. Okay, cool. And then let's say you're in this scenario and you find yourself kind of just dicking around. You walk around a bit.
We're sort of waiting for the wave here a little bit as well. So
maybe
not
for the
efficient.
wave, or maybe you get a wave and you get like 2 hits on a tower. You start walking around and 30, 40 seconds goes by and nothing really happens.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you find yourself sitting there with 1,500 gold in your inventory, and then maybe another fight breaks out and you die.
Yep.
Or something like that, right? That's a very common scenario. What happens, the natural learning trajectory, is that you need to recognize these times where you're just not doing anything and you're just idling and you're just dicking around, running around, doing a scenic tour. You need to realize that this is wasted, inefficient time and ask yourself the question, what else could I be doing with my time here? Is there any way that other things I could be doing? Clearing camps, fixing waves, getting resets, spending gold, getting a neutral objective. Is there something else that you could be doing? So at the highest levels of play, basically what these players have done is that they've basically removed all of the idle time. There is no idle time anymore. They've optimized every single moment such that there is no just dicking around, getting true autos on a tower and then walking away. It's streamlined. And so imagine that time for someone in Platinum. They could be wasting 20 to 25 seconds in those scenarios. In Challenger, you might waste, the average Challenger player, they might waste 2 seconds, 1 second. NattyNat's 0.5 seconds. And that is the difference. So I just think just bringing it back to earth, that's really the difference here.
Massive difference. Yeah, it's a really important question to ask. What are periods of the time in the game where I get nothing done? And as a jungler, especially when all your goddamn
as a
jungle
jungler.
camps are up. Look at this, guys. All jungle camps are up. Let's go. And, you know, you talking, Curtis, about the delay there. I mean, this is like a 0-second delay in my eyes. Like, this is perfect. He even takes the enemy's raptors. Watch this clip. I keep playing it out. He gets all these camps.
Capital injection.
And then now he's bot and he gets more kills in this one clip. He just full cleared his entire
Reset
camps.
after this, be that back for Adacon.
Yep.
This is a perfect example as well as Curtis, something you talk about, like making your own luck. Like people might be watching this and saying like, "Well, he's just walking into people and getting kills." Like, how's that? But it's like, well, he did the clear, guys. He put his character in that spot. You wouldn't have done that, so he's making his own luck. You know,
So much golden experience. And you know how you said, Curtis, where you know your mindset with Rise is just to get as tanky as possible. Like
your spikes, get as
he's
tanky
not
as
letting you
possible.
get that. He's
so
got
rich. He's so rich.
So
He's
rich,
taking
apparently.
all the money.
He's buying those expensive items as well, right? Like
Yeah.
Profane Hydra is such an expensive item.
God help me. I don't know what to do against this once again.
No counterplay.
No
It's
counterplay.
Rengar.
Ban Rengar.
all right.
No,
Next,
but actually, sorry, I'm going to derail you one more
That's
time.
fine. We
Because
can talk about ADC again.
No, this is not about Eddie Carey. Maybe one day we will do a positive case study about Eddie Carey. It's usually the negative
That's
case
really
studies
hard
about
to
Eddie
find,
Carey.
yeah.
Yeah, not really easy to find. Notice how like there's not actually that many good Rengars though. So like we can sit here all day and me just yapping about how Rengar's so OP. Then why aren't Rengars just rank 1 on every server? You know,
that's
it's like
true,
he's doing something the average Rengar is not doing. You know, just wanted to.
But actually, AJ did mention this. He
Yeah.
said that. Remember, we did that episode a while ago where we looked at like the rankings of champions,
Yes.
how effective they are at different elo brackets. Rengar was the #1 ranked champion for Challenger.
Yes.
So he scaled like perfectly with champion mastery. So like the stats didn't lie. This, like if you're a very good Rengar, you will have success. You can have success in Challenger.
But when you the lower ranks, he wasn't good win rate. Yeah.
I think I actually did say in that episode that I don't agree with these statistics because they don't align with my worldview or something like that. I said they were lying.
So was this changing it, Charles?
No. Oh, yes. No, for Rengar specifically, yes.
Yes, for Rengar
but that's only
specifically.
because it fits another narrative. You know,
Okay,
we're
cool.
we're
Another
swapping
narrative on top of a narrative.
Yes,
this
it's a
time.
narrativeception.
Yep, that's good.
All right, Nathan, play the clip.
Healthy.
Okay, this is a more high level concept. I wanted to put this in here as well.
Get Mundo off my screen. Nathan.
This is Mundo now. Yes,
I
not Rengar.
hate this shout here.
Okay. So, you know, obviously look at the context here. You know, 1-0, 95 farm again. We're always insanely strong, insanely rich as, you know, as NattyNat's gameplay. And this is the I call the flip-flop concept where you show on one side of the map. This is very good for very immobile champions. This is how you win games with immobile champions. You show one side of the map and you sprint to the other side of the map. So he drags all this pressure. Everyone's run bot, by the way.
But he's saying off vision.
Yeah, he said, well, he actually shows mid here, actually.
But shouldn't you not show
he
mid
should
here?
not. He should not show mid.
He doesn't
yeah,
give a fuck, dude. He's on the phone.
He's
Leave him alone.
yeah, yeah. And then he just runs to one side of the map to the other, doesn't recall, and just alphas this. And this is maybe triggering Curtis
a heart cell stack.
this is a very Mundo specific thing. Champs like Mundo can do this. Udyr can do this. Champions that just like when your team's ahead,
stat sticks.
You don't really go back to your camps here. You make their jungle your jungle, especially when your teammates are pushed up. So just a really important concept is
I
when your
think you're
teams are
very
pushed
good
up.
at this, Nathan. I think a lot of junglers
Yeah.
really struggle with this concept of utilizing lane as prio. Like,
Yes.
can we just
Yeah.
go back
Yeah,
here
look
a
at the
second?
mid.
Like,
look
look at this. We freeze him right now. Look at mid. Akali's mega shoved up, right? Jax is mega shoving up, so he's got mass prio.
Timers on
top and mid.
camps. All these camps are
So
going
like
up.
as a jungler, like good junglers in mid game, they know how to utilize leverage prior. Now Jax is able to proxy, right? You know, and you're in this scenario where like, yeah, you're in their jungle, but like you've got backup, right? Jax is there. Jax is right next to you. So like I think you're one of the few junglers on our server, Nathan, that I think is very good at using priority. I think this is a skill that if you're like a higher elo jungler, like you need to learn the skill.
It's also it also kills two birds with one stone because not only are you utilizing the prior to get camps, you're also making it so Jax doesn't die. Because if he just went back to his camps, his Jax would just die to the Z.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many things that he's just done in this clip, by the way. I mean, he even just wins this, you know, this skirmish.
No, this is just Mundo.
2v4, you know.
Get it off my screen.
This is rancid.
This is literally a 2v4, by the way, guys.
rancid.
And Akali's killing bot. Again, what he's just done there He's showed bot. He's dragged everyone bot because he's like, oh my God, the team's like, oh my God, Mundo's going to dive my team or whatever. He's sprinted mid, showed mid, now forced them all to come topside, defended his Jax from the proxy. This is high impact jungle. He's just done so much for the map, you know, and this is, you know, Mundo.
So maybe
could
he's
go
just
where he
climbing because
pleases.
he's playing OP champions.
Fucking oath.
All right, Mundo and Rengar.
Sorry.
But as you said, Curtis, this is a skill that a lot of junglers, you know, struggle. Like he said, all his camps drop. A lot of people just got, well, see that bot. Oh, there's nothing to do. Bot. I'm just going to go back to my camps. But they, you know, went to the top side there. And this is just, I want to just demonstrate here, guys. He's not full clear AFK farming. This is not, and this is what people criticize Agurin for. Agurin does the same things as this. You know, like this is
the next evolution of jungling.
This is League of Legends.
This is
jungling.
good, what good jungling looks
Yeah.
like. We're not spam ganking. We're just making.
You're not doing one or the other.
strategic
You're not
plays.
spam ganking, and you're not just spam clearing camps. Right?
Correct.
You're like actively being
adapting to the
intentional.
map. Yeah. Another Rengar specific thing, going back to anticipating kills. I'm going to go back in this clip here. Look at Yone. Yone is dead for 15 seconds here. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to kill the Yone.
This is another Nathan Mott special.
Yes, I do this a lot.
Okay, so I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here, though. Right? Look at the camps.
Yeah.
We've got Krugs, Raptors. We've got every single camp up. So hypothetically, this is we're breaking laws here.
How does he know the kill is so high value that it's worth the camps?
Well, because when you're 4-0 and 100 farm by 13 minutes, you have spare tempo. Pablo actually talks a lot about this. We can do things that are, you know, kill people and do a little bit more, you know,
Illegal behavior.
Yeah, you have a little bit more because, like, this guy just sprints in, by the way, burns his flash and R, and we're going to drag people down here.
This is like sharing the love, right? Like he's actually giving some of his tempo to the Jax. He's like, Jax, take my tempo. Now he's throwing all his waves to Yone. So does he give a T2 tower? Oh, I guess
No, he doesn't. Yeah, I guess just to get defended.
I guess if that wasn't defended, he would just take the entire goddamn tower as well, wouldn't he?
Exactly right. And also remember, he's just dragged Cassiopeia now there, and now Aurora's getting free waves top and pushing top, right? So, you know, that's again, it's not too rigid, Curtis. We just have to go back to your camps. This idea again, sometimes with spare tempo and sideline, like killing a Yone is so easy.
I think that's such a hard part about jungling. Like in my limited experience playing jungle, like you got camps up, you know you can kill someone. How do I know that this kill is more valuable than being on my camps?
Yeah.
Like that question plagued me, you know, when I played that role. I think that's such in mid game specifically. It's like, do you get that question a lot, like in VOD questions and stuff? Like,
Is it just a vibe?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, it is a bit of a vibe. I would also be happy him to just full clean that. I wouldn't say
Right,
that's
so
a
both
mistake.
are viable.
Both are
so it doesn't
viable.
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
I
matter.
see.
But
It's
you
an
know,
option.
but again, I want to just emphasize there. It's like, you know, anticipating these kills is what he's really good at doing in the mid game.
because I feel like this delves into this whole sticky, you know, conversation about like win conditions.
Yeah.
And like the value of like, if I get this kill for this person or I get this kill, like, does that set this guy so far behind that now he's out of the game? Like, because Yone's a very
Yone
archetype
just
defender
burned
champion.
flash and R. Like,
He's useless now, right?
And how
then
good is Jackson to their comp and all, as well?
is that there's all these other elements I think to the game that you could probably get into, and you could probably probe him and say, hey, like, why did you go kill Yone here? And he'd probably have an answer. He'd probably be able to tell you, but yeah. And I think it is important to also state that nothing is like, again, the right play, wrong play. That isn't the way League is. It's like you can have a play that's good, right? There's a play that's great. There's a play that's exceptional, and they're close, but like they're all viable, and you can win the game all of those ways. You know what I mean? It's like on a scale, kind of, or even preferential. Some are equal in terms of their value.
Yeah,
well, I think jungle, that's where I differ with Curtis, with my opinion. There's a lot of correct yes,
Right.
black and white,
But
yes
in
and
that
no.
case, you said
But
there
you-
was.
yeah,
But
because
yeah,
you know-
it's not completely.
That's
you
where
know,
mid
those
game
times.
changes things. I feel like early game,
Yes.
things are a bit more kind of dry, but in the mid game, it's like, holy shit, there's so
There's
many
a lot of
possibilities.
options.
That's right.
I think that's the way the game has evolved. Again,
Yeah.
there's so many options, so many ways to win the game. I think like there are principles that you can follow that can make things black and white, and that's going to take you very, very far. But there's going to be scenarios, especially in the higher levels, that are you got to kind of vibe it out and play your way. As long as it has intention, there has to be intention behind what you're doing.
All right, this one here is NattyNat's secret sauce to closing games out with Rengar. A lot of people struggle. This is why Rengar has traditionally not good win rates in lower ranks, is because you can't. You can get a lot of kills, but they can't close out games with Rengar because he's an assassin. He can only kill one person at a time. So we have 3 back-to-back clips in one game showing his mindset here. So basically, the concept is actually quite simple. He's always on the opposite side of his team. When they're sieging the base. So Team siege in the base, they're sieging bot, and he's going to be mid inhibitor here. And what this basically does, this allows him to threaten flanks, and he's never going to die because he has empowered W, he has W, so he can always run away, and he just gets the inhibitor, or he looks to flank here. So he actually decides to go for a flank here. It actually doesn't really work out that well, but you can't R forward into them. You need to come from flank angles. You know, a lot of Rengars would just be like A-ramming with their team over there, and R-ing forward is very easy to play against his Rengar. You know where Rengar is really hard, just exactly what he did there. He R'd from the side, and he threatens the
counterplay for Ezreal. What can Ezreal do?
Counterplay, yeah. So he ends up, does die there, but, you know, just demonstrating here, this is what he does. So he's going to do the exact same thing here. So reset, watch this deploy out of the map. He sprints towards bot. Look at his team top. Sprints was all. He's not aiming. He's not sitting on his team as an assassin. He's gonna go now and push bot with his Baron. This is how you close out games, and this is NattyNat's secret sauce here.
I feel like good junglers clear waves.
Yes, good junglers clear waves in the big game.
Agreed.
Yes, junglers have this perception that their job is not to clear waves because they don't do it in the early game. But the way you close out games is by pushing waves if your teammates are pushing it. And look at that, he's just dragged a bunch of people here, and he's gonna stay bot.
Yeah,
he's gonna just stay here, and he's not wasting R or anything. He's just chilling, wait for the next wave, push the wave. And look at what he's done. Look at the pressure that this is putting out.
That Yone's angry.
yeah. Or he wants revenge.
I hate it when Rengar does this. They just pop the eye and you're like, oh my god, where's he
Yeah, where's he gonna go? Everyone's like holding their abilities from
Shit,
Zara's.
shit.
Zara's holding her E and everything.
That thing lasts ages, man.
Yeah, let's level 16 again, Charles. Level 16 R.
It just takes the tower, just leaves.
Yep, just takes it to our inhibitor and leaves. And then same thing here.
Doesn't stop farming, by the way. 300 CS.
Yeah, that's right. Never stops farming here. This one here is about anticipation of well, it's the same sort of thing. He is going for playing opposite to his team. His team's trying to ARAM bot, and he just sees. Oh, let me go back here. He sees Yone here, so he's thinking, I'm going to kill Yone again on this next wave because Yone's going to probably go hit that. So because his team's showing on the map, right? So they're all bot side. So he knows that Yone's a free kill.
And you also don't really want to be like fighting in the base as a Rengar.
No.
It's not really like your ideal fighting condition.
Yeah.
Or area.
One shot.
And just one shots him, and then again just pushing the wave to close out the game. Just always opposite to his team when he's fed.
Charlie's just seething.
Very interesting.
All right, so that was some mid-game concepts. Some
It's great.
things.
That was really insightful.
Some
Learned a
things
lot.
that
Professor Nathan.
Some things that he does, some good jungle concepts there. Now we're going to finish off with looking at a mid-game review of an impossible game to win. This was the difference. This is why he was able to get rank 1 and got a 20 win streak from the concepts in this next video. Okay, diving in here. I said this was the impossible game to win. Not many players would win this game. NattyNat finds a way. I'm going to play out the clip a little bit, and then I'm going to show context, talk a little bit more about context here. So currently, he's 2-0, 92 farm at 12 minutes. Just played a really good early game as usual, and he's just R'd, and now he tries to go for a kill and gets flashed and then killed. So let's just quickly assess this game here, guys.
Press tab.
Yep, we press tab here. Let me just get up the tab.
Pressing tab in 3, 2, and
1. All right. So look at this game state here, guys. Okay.
This is hard.
This is hard. 3, people always say, 3 are losing lanes. The tally is 0-3. And Aurora, once she gets Zhonya's, by the way, Aurora is not an easy champion to kill, for Rengar. A
lot of peel.
Kai's a lot of peel. Like Cassandra, think about how hard this is. Right, so going back to again, the reason that he's going to potentially be able to win this game is because he's had a really good early game. He was 2-0 and 93 farm at 12 minutes. He's even in experience with the Xin Zhao, he's not really that far behind, even though he's 2 levels ahead of the Aurora, and he's just died. So absolute catastrophe. He's wasted, he's burnt his ult, and just at a high level as well. By the way, he's not having a good day. He's 1-3. This could be, here we go. Here's another game here. 3 losing lanes. My team suck. I might lose another game.
Yeah.
He does not give a shit. He's playing League of Legends. So this is it, guys. Come on. Let's raise our standards, please, for the love of God.
Look at this in chat. People asking, does Natty ever dodge games? Like,
Yeah, people are saying like this guy should just dodge.
Look at the quiz, like
unwinnable.
Masterclass.
Yeah.
People are asking about dodging and all this
That's
bullshit.
hilarious.
How funny is that?
All right, so let's break this game down. How does he win this unwinnable game? This is what makes him a rank 1 player. 20 win streak.
Ping the flash.
Should have dodged his way to rank 1, Charles.
Yeah, you can dodge up.
Got to dodge bad games.
It's like failing up the corporate ladder. You dodge up.
So even you can see in the webcam there, he's quite visibly frustrated. His hands on his mouth.
Mamma mia.
All right, so
Does he do something super desperate, Nathan? Does he make a montage to come back in this game?
let's have a look.
Like, what is the win con?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do you win? Like, I mean, I guess you've just got good skirmishing. I guess your combo's really good skirmishing.
He just panned his camera top and Alistair flash pull of the ground. In
know-
this game state, that would be very annoying.
Yeah, and you see how he's not going top there because he has no ult and all his camps are up. He doesn't really care about this, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, he just needs to keep being strong so he can win these mid-game fights. Just him being strong is such an important aspect of his gameplay and tempo on camps.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just clearing towards bot here. On vision, this ward is going to be quite useful.
Holy moly.
And that's the shutdown. And that's 2 kills.
So he just bides his time until the enemy make a mistake.
Yep. And to answer your question, Curtis, there, again, there's not really a win condition
Yeah.
here. We just need to, you know, as
Play
boring
your
as it
champ,
sounds,
get strong.
play the champ, get strong, and play fights really well. And just don't
Wait for
make mistakes.
opportunities.
Wait for
Yeah.
opportunities. Don't get emotional because your teammates are losing your 1-3 in this, you know, block.
Yep, this is an opportunity that presents itself. Really good awareness.
And remember, guys, this is thousands of LP, the top 50 players on the Korean server. They're not going to just give you the game.
I love the 80 carriers just hitting each other on the mid wave.
So we're 5 and
People
1.
starting FF votes.
Yep, there's FF votes going out. So we're now 5 and 1. Fighting a little bit here. Cool.
Get the wave.
Got the wave.
W.
Power W, run away.
His camps are spawning at weird times here. It's like his wolves.
I guess that's the death, right?
Yeah, a little bit desynced here, which is fine. Do the Herald. No, I think someone stole his wolves. I think his team's sort of taking his camps a little bit here as well. So he gets a Herald because Xin Zhao was bot, so was able to trade that.
Just trading sides of the map, kind of.
Classic trading sides of the map. He's lost his bot side, so he's trading all that. Xin Zhao actually shows up here. And this is, I guess, the mosquito mindset here, Charles.
Yeah, he's just pissing them off.
Yeah, look, he's just dragging time. He burns Xin Zhao's ults.
Oh my god.
So this is the mosquito mindset here,
Yeah.
right? Buying time.
It's like Solid Snake, dude.
Yep. R's away.
Oh my lord.
Wow. I need to learn how to use Rift better. I feel like there's so much you can do with that. Like,
We're usually not the one picking it up, though. It's more of a jungle thing,
Yeah.
right? Are you talking about when you're jungling?
So Xin Zhao just made a good play, and for Xin Zhao making the play, he got both buffs.
Yes.
And it's not like he knew the enemy team were going to come collapse on him, but instead of just accepting that, he just found a way to get it anyway. Which is interesting. Again, he's technically put himself in a weird spot where he's required to play really well, but he just does it.
yeah, he knows that he can play these fights. Like he knows how to play to the limitations of the kit.
Just averting my eyes from that.
Okay, so I do want to talk a little bit about this one here. Just in
That
talking
was a good redemption, by the way. But that Alistair dropped a game-winning redemption there.
whoever, a lot of people really don't play with red sweeper trinket enough. He sweeps this, so he knows that Kaiser doesn't know that he's going to go on. So maybe he doesn't go on Kaiser. Maybe Kaiser's baiting him potentially if he's on vision, right? So these little minute things, he's sweeping there to make sure she doesn't know, so then it's going to surprise. I mean, that ward is obviously game-changing, by the way. Good work, Alistair, whoever did that ward.
Yeah.
But yeah, playing to the bushes, Kaiser's, making mistakes
Like this
here.
is really borderline. Like if you talking about reference points of Rengar, right? Like he doesn't have ult, right?
This is Jazz. This is Jazz. This is good
this is
Jazz,
Jazz. Like
yeah.
he sees some action going on. Like he's kind of fighting around bushes. Like this is very This is Kenny Winner Jazz. Like this is. I mean, I guess he only has one camp up, right? He only has Gromp up, so he doesn't.
Look at his items, by the way. He's so strong right now. Hydra.
Yeah.
That was the component. Last Whisper. Yomu's like, again, the only reason he's able to kill that Kaiser there is because of his items. If he didn't have Last Whisper, Kaiser kills him there.
Yeah. It's a threat assessment thing, isn't it? It's just like he just knows that he can get the kill, so he just does it. It sounds so simple, but
It sounds so simple. And again, it sounds so simple saying just hit your comps and be strong the whole game. But this guy he's always ahead of the curve with his strength.
yeah, it's like hit your camps all game and be strong. But here's an example of when you shouldn't hit your camps and fight around your ulti. But here's an example of when you shouldn't fight around your ulti.
Yeah,
It's
he
just-
knows how to break the rules.
Yeah,
And that
Very, very
and that's
well.
what highest level of champ mastery is. Like you need to learn how to break the rules at this sort of level.
because
sort
that's
of
what's
helps
required
you
to win
next-
hard games. You
Yes.
said this last week in our champ mastery episode, right? Like you have to be willing to like go above and beyond to win these tough games.
So he ulted there and just said no. Realized he wasted his ulti.
Yeah, there you go. Wasting
Damn.
his ult.
Willing to say no.
It's not pretty. How many people would be like, again, oh, I'm behind, I'm 1-3 today. I'm just going to go in there and just see. Like, so many people just lose the game.
You lose
here.
the game right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you lose the game right there.
Zinzao gets a bounty, you just lose the game.
So he's still disciplined, even though people are 11-15. I have people in my reviews saying at this stage, they're panicking. Like, I got to do something. I got to force something.
yeah.
Guys, relax.
Yep.
You know, he's just
Just wait,
vibing.
just wait.
Wait.
Just wait.
You know, burning ults, it's like sunk cost fallacy. Just because you burnt your ult doesn't mean you have to get a kill
He's
with
got
it.
3 items by
rich.
20 minutes.
Yes, the richness is insane here, guys.
So rich.
Yeah.
The rich get richer.
Here we go.
I love
No
how
ults.
good he is at using like these bushes here
The
around
lane
mid.
side bushes,
really
yeah.
nice.
He held his empowerment that whole time, just in case. Maybe he should have used it, but
But again, he's making this play because his camps are down.
yeah.
He's able to make this play, right? He's not really losing anything to this.
Just a really small thing that he does well. When he runs out of gas in a fight, he doesn't run 500 years away. He tethers on the edge
so
of
he's
the
a little
fight,
bit close.
so that if the enemies overextend, he can play it again. Like really small thing he does there. Like he's always in range of bowler. You know, I would see a lot of people kind of just go out of gas and then run away or run in and die, but he's always on the edge.
Yeah, throwing just that little slow.
This is a really creative kill because like he knows that the enemy had to recall.
Yeah.
So they're all off tempo, right? Because they just won the fight. He knows Kaiser's recalling and like it's a really creative pick. And it's going to massively desync the enemy team here.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people wouldn't want to make a play here because Yunara has to base. Alice is coming off a
It's
recall.
technically a red light. He's breaking rules again.
Yeah, it's kind of like a red light, but he's like just able to do it
Look
anyway.
at that.
Do you know what it's psychologically? It's always like, oh my god, Rengar still has ult. You know, we just fought mid. Why does
Yeah.
Rengar still have ult? You know?
Yeah.
So there we go. Zinzao's dead. Now it's Atakan.
Wow. Zinzao, mate.
Wow.
What should Zinzao have
Remember
done there,
the
Nathan?
state of the game. Imagine how baffled you'd be as Aurora this game.
You'd be so baffled about it from Zinzao's perspective. Like,
Yeah, should
How
Zinzao
did I
just
lose
not do
control
those
of this
Raptors?
game?
Like, I guess you have to.
how do
just
you
not-
have the foresight to not do those Raptors?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, he's got himself into a position where the game is now like
He loves his bush.
stabilized.
He loves his bush.
He loves his bush. Yeah.
He's got a lot of kills around this bush, hasn't he? Maybe I should add this to our mid-game concepts, right? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
and sweepers again, really important, guys. One thing, actually, he doesn't really buy control wards. That's something I actually have noticed here as well.
wants
He just
items.
wants items. He's rich. Yeah.
By the way, like just on that, talking about he plays around that bush, like there are just certain champions that you need to be so specific on like your terrain, like what terrain you want to play around. Phantasm does this beautifully, always sitting around walls. He doesn't like sit out in the open. He's never like out in the open. He's always like sitting around bushes, like just small things. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You just got to know that.
Here's another example there. Like the play looked good there, looking for the bush, but Null was flashed or whatever, and his team does. And this is not a fairy tale VOD here, guys. Like this is the reality. Like he's playing against good players. His team just all died again. He's a surrender vote. Everyone's mentally checked out, but he doesn't compensate. He doesn't waste his R here. He's just relaxing.
Doesn't try and defend the mid T2. Just
Nah.
stand around.
Yeah,
just
you don't
gets an extra
mid
kill.
tower. Yeah, just go.
He's in Zinzao's head,
jungle.
dude. He's absolutely
Oh,
dominating
Zinzao
Zinzao.
is just checked out.
Yeah. Doesn't jump on Aurora.
Being annoying.
Just always
Just been
slightly out of range.
Yeah, slightly out of range, isn't he? Look at that.
Guys
He
is
just
like,
dragged 3
killing him.
people.
Let me kill him.
Everyone's just chasing.
Yeah. What?
Look at that, dude. He's just taking these
Taking
buffs
the red again.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Instant recall, some more juicy items. Doesn't care about control wards again. Just buying damage. He's just getting damage. Gets a dragon. He's 8-1, 180 farm, level 15, highest level in the game, I think. Yep, highest level in the game right now.
You know what this is, Nathan? Fundamentally, it's just be strong and play fights well.
Yes.
Like,
With a whole lot of nuance in
no,
between
it's
that.
just that good.
Getting to that point is so
No, but
tricky.
people. What I'm trying to say is, people think to come back in a game, you need to do advanced calculus, but
we haven't really seen any advanced calculus here at all.
like, there's some breaking rules and there's
Yeah.
some creativity.
Yeah.
But what's tying all that together is the fact that he is goddamn strong in the game. If you don't have the raw stats, then he can't make any of these plays.
Yeah, the fact that he's been able to like solo kill a 2-item Kai'Sa like by himself.
Yeah, you need income
Without
to do these
ultimates
things.
is like
I would say every champion in the game needs income to do things.
Yeah.
The more money you have spent, the more items you have, the more opportunities you have to do things. If that sounds really obvious, but that's why people are on camps and stuff.
So he does the Cassante there.
and every time he's not on camps, there's a really good reason why he's not.
Yeah.
Like he's getting something equally valuable, if not more.
So he's just speedrunner clear again of his jungle. He's level 16 now, guys.
Another fucking invade. Where's Xin Zhao, mate?
Yeah, he's on bot. So they're doing Baron.
Baron.
And this is the play from the clip here where, you know, he does the bot camps and he sprints towards top
this
with an
was the-
insane R. Yeah. And this is what wins him the game, basically, right here.
Did we watch this clip already?
Yep.
Yeah, this was the
Oh, the flank.
Yeah. And let's
Yes.
just, I mean, just looking at it again. Look at the patience. Look at his creativity. Everyone knows that Rengar's coming. They're not even seeing the Rengar on the. They know that he's there. By the way, the Xin Zhao.
Right.
And here's the patience. Wait for them to use all their abilities. Bam, comes in 1, 2, and 3 kills.
And Baron.
Tough game for the Xin Zhao. Tough game for Aurora.
Yeah. Wow.
What do we learn?
To be rich.
Rich.
Yeah, you got to be rich. And I think what we also take away from this is the sophistication of his limits. The fact that he knew he was able to kill that Kai'Sa. I reckon that pick on that Kai'Sa
That
around
was
mid
game
without
changing.
ultimate, that
If he
changed the
dies there,
game.
that's a different game. Yeah.
Dude, look at that. What he did after the Baron, by the way. He's addicted to economy. Instead of
Yeah,
basing and directly out
yeah.
to the Nash, look what he does, Curtis. He runs around, does the crab, does the enemy raptors. The enemies are still in death timers because they're still late in the game. Sees the top towers open, gets a top wave and top tower.
Yeah, that's a lot
Again,
of gold.
capital injection
No,
mindset.
but the reason this is also really good is that you're not actually desyncing yourself with the team very much because look at this. Ambassador stayed on the map, Talia stayed on the map. You're actually pretty well syncing up with the
And
team
you're going to
anyway.
drag people to top anyway
Yeah,
for that top
like,
tower,
it's-
right? And
it's
there's no
worth it.
objective up. You know,
Again, Phantasm does this as well. It's really, really good transition periods.
Dragons up. You know, for,
Thing of
not
it, it's
for,
max
for a minute.
efficiency.
Yep, max efficiency.
Because all he really needs to do is be back on the map before the Aurora comes back alive, because that was the last spawning member of the enemy team. He's a little bit desynced for his team here.
Yep.
But, you know, Cassante TP'd to that fight, right? So he dragged Cassante top. That's just the advantage of having TP.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that was a mistake to go for the top tower. I think that you
could
can
play
make
devil's advocate.
Yeah,
100%.
you can make an argument for that because this looks pretty dog shit. What's just happened? And again, this comes down to like what level of accountability do you want to take? Like, is that your team's fault for fighting while the Fed Rengar's in base, or is that the Rengar's fault for staying for the top T2? And maybe it was a communication problem.
Or like even for him, like how much he values that gold on him personally versus resources and other people.
Yeah.
How much is this, by the way? He knows he's going to lose Dragon. He goes bot anyway.
Yeah.
It's like that same thing where you go to the same side
Like, he
again
could
just
go
to be
top
annoying.
side, right? He could just clear all those camps.
And then now he pushes bot, and then now he's forcing them to come here with the Baron again. You know how you said that good junglers hit waves? We're seeing that right now. We're forcing them to respond, even though his team's dying. Look at that. Now he's got bot tier 2.
Well, think about that. If he went top side, the enemies could have just pushed bot after the
And there's
Dragon.
no tier 2 available. Top. He's
Yeah,
already
that's
killed
true
the
as
two.
well.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's
So
hunting T2s
hunting
out.
tier
T2s.
2s because
Yes.
they get more gold than the mid tower. And side lane's just easy in general.
So
easy to
efficient.
get.
I love it how even though he's just made like a questionable play and things have gone to shit, he's just rolling with the punches. He's like, okay, what's next? Okay, my whole team is dead. Okay, cool. I'm just going to turn that into money for me again.
Okay, he's just completed his full build. He's
Got
completed his
Infinity
Edge.
Nice. Excellent.
Again, he's level 18. No one else is even close to level 18 here. Maybe Talia's a little bit close.
Kai'Sa's doing a really good job of like constantly trying to pop those spell shield. Look at that. Kai'Sa's on it with those W's.
He's Edge Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proccing the Azure Knight. You can tell this guy's just really good.
Fucking hell. Wow. He just healed so much.
Look at that, dude.
Movement. Moving. Wow.
Just makes it look easy, as you said, Curtis. Just makes it look
Yeah.
too easy. And then they end the game there. So they end the game in 31 minutes.
Wow. That's the games you need to win.
That's a
Yes.
rank 1 game.
Yeah.
That's a rank 1 game.
No one else could win that game.
No.
Wow.
So I think it's a good, segue into, final thoughts. Like, what do we take away from this case study? What does the average player and SoloQ player take away from this?
You know that meme where it's like, I shouldn't speak. I'll be in trouble if I speak. That's me. So
Okay.
I'll be in
Alright, Todd
trouble.
Nathan.
I think I think a lot of what we sort of talked about, showing in this VOD here. I mean, he's just always in the game. He's always, we've talked about it so many times, he's always making sure he's strong. He's obviously fighting well. And I think a good point what you said, Curtis, is, this is the highlight. We're seeing him at his peak in SoloQ. He's spent years building this mastery with Rengar. No one's going to look like this overnight. He's played a lot of the game. This is, I think the big takeaway is that this is what champion mastery at its highest level looks like. Breaking rules, knowing, pushing your limits. Intensity, yes. I mean, there's no drops in intensity here, dude. There's no times where we're just checking out, like, I'm just going to sprint it down mid here.
Remember this mid-game, how on point he had to be every single second of this game.
Yeah.
Imagine the energy, the focus of that game.
Every transition period, every lull state, he's intaking every bit of information and he's calculating and he's going, it's too hard.
It's really like what I am just gobsmacked by, like the fact that he can do this on stream.
Yeah.
And just like piss out a game like this is mind-boggling.
Yeah,
to me.
this looks like his like not autopilot, but like this is like his, in a way, baseline.
Yeah,
skill
it's
level,
interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
He just queues up, to a top 10 game in Korea, and this is it. He's just winning this game. The state was horrendous,
Unbelievable.
And he's focused. He's locked in. You can see his eyes, dude. He's locked in these games.
And it's just, I think, echoing what you said at the start, Nathan, about like people can gain inspiration about like the levels of champion mastery that are available to people. If you put in the time, and you don't even need to be, 100th of this to have success in your solo games and get to master tier. But the reality is that like this is what is possible, and what attention to detail, efficiency. This is the combination of great fundamental jungling and champion mastery.
Yes.
And that's the key difference. You look at like, we did the Dante's case study, and there's a lot of these other like higher level streamers. They're great OTPs. They're very, very good at the champion to the point where they can overcome.
They can compensate for lack of role mastery. Like Dante's with the path to bot do Drake every game playstyle. Like that works to a point.
It works to a point. And they're very, very, very good at their champion, but they compensate for those weaknesses. And I think like NattyNat's a way more complete player in that sense. And he's got the beautiful combination. And I think that's kind of what I would take away from that.
So yeah, I hope that this was inspirational case study. This is one of our, probably our most inspirational case study. And this is really awesome to explore and see, an English-speaking like Westerner just rock up to Korea in 10 weeks, dominate the server, take over the server. Rengar's like banned 50% of his games or whatever.
He made his mark on the server.
Yeah, he's made his mark on the server. And I think you said something, he had like 20 or 30k views or whatever on his Twitch.
Oh, he had like 25k views on his rank 1 stream. The video on YouTube has like 250k views.
Yeah, people were really cheering him on. And it's awesome to see him achieve this sort of level of of greatness in terms of SoloQ and League of Legends.
Yeah, it's nice to do a positive case study as well. I feel like refreshed as opposed to upset after doing the other case studies. So if there's other players if you guys enjoyed this, if there's other players you want to see case studies off, I'm happy to do more of these. I don't know about you, but I think this is great.
All right, good work, guys. Let's keep on improving. 3-block process. We'll see you guys on our next episode.